Hello, 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 hello. Is chat a thing? We live? We going? We doing the thing? Ah, shit. Okay, we must be doing the thing. I see a hello in chat, meaning someone can apparently hear me on the internet, which is good because otherwise what I'm doing right here would be kind of pointless. Hold on. It's a little chilly out here, so not an ideal setup for trying to get my mic clipped on properly, but we'll figure this out somehow. Maybe like right here? Sorry, I'm running late today, so like would have gotten the shit set up before the stream started, but you know, sometimes it do be like that. Okay. Button this top button for the mic. Okay, that'll work. Yeah, you guys can hear me, right? Say something if you can hear me. I assume you can hear me. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. Okay. All right, we gotta get Joel set up. I arrived to the scene here fashionably late, of course. There's Joel. Hey, buddy. And, of course, the star of the show. There he is. And I got your spinner here somewhere, bud. Hold on. It's in here somewhere. Shit, where did I put it? Hello? Joel needs to sit on his throne. Come on now. Here it is. Yeah. Okay. Hey, buddy. You can hear. Good. All right. Oh, yeah. There we go. The star of the show is now active. All right. Cool. Perfect. Outdoor stream? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, it's kind of outdoor cooking season, right? Start of February? That's a thing, right? Sure. Why not? Oh, it's not super warm, but it's not, like, freezing or anything, so it's good enough. Okay. I think we're ready. I think we're actually good to go now. That's nice, because, I want to make some food. All right. Let's have a seat, shall we? Linum coming in out of the Prime sub now for 42 months. That is, a lot of months. Oh, fuck. Okay. Slam my knee on the table. We're good. This looks familiar? Yes, you might recognize this place. I think cooking stream enjoyers would definitely recognize this place as one of the scene of one of the most legendary streams in the history of this channel. This is, in fact, the same park that we did sleep in a cardboard box last year. We will not be sleeping in any cardboard boxes today. This is not a camping stream. I apologize to those that were wanting a sequel to that, but that's not going to happen at least today. But, that being said, we have returned to the scene of the crime because it's a nice, comfy outdoor area that's conveniently enough got not one but two barbecue little park grills, and the reception was pristine last time we filmed here, so I figured, well, if I'm going to go and do an outdoor stream again, I know for sure this spot works, so here we are. Hey! How familiar. But yeah, we're going to be doing some cooking today. It is, in fact, a cooking stream, and obviously an outdoor cooking stream, because I'm not going to come all the way out here just to tell you guys, okay, now let's go back inside because I'm cold. I'm a little cold. It's actually kind of nice in the sun. The sun only just came out right before stream started. It was actually great. It was really cloudy and disgusting up to this point, but now the skies have parted and it's actually beautiful out here. But it's not ideal sitting here in the shade. I did bring my table there, but then I realized I didn't have anything to sit on, so I can't really prepare anything on the table out there. I can use that as my kind of prep table for once we're cooking out there, but I gotta for any sort of actual sitting down and doing table stuff, I gotta do it here, which is in the shade, which is cold, but we'll survive. What's up, Amino coming in now? Oh shit, with the tier 1 sub for 48 months. Didn't you just sub wasn't it 2 or 3 days ago where it was 47 months? I'm confused. Was this before January ended, so that was your January sub, and now it's February 4 days later, and you're like, hey, look, 48 months. Anyways, regardless, a true OG, thank you, sir. Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets and Doritos Fund. In fact, 4 years worth of them. That is a lot. Jesus. You're late. Not really. I mean, literally just started 9 minutes ago, or probably closer to 5 minutes ago because I was late. So you're Gucci. You were actually right on time. Poggies. Okay, so what are we doing today? Well, let's give you guys a little backstory, okay? When I went home for the little Christmas break, whatever you want to call it, my plan was originally to go camping with my sister. And while my sister was, basically, we were camping on the beach. I told all you guys about this whole camping on the beach thing. So we're camping on, well, more next to the beach. And the plan was, so we were going to camp overnight there, cool, and then in the morning she's into surfing, so she was going to go do her surfing thing, and while she did that, I would do a little mini cooking stream over the campfire, and I'd do like kind of a breakfast stream. And when we finally got to the point where we were camping, number one, she didn't end up going surfing because she didn't end up going surfing because she was too tired, and we were just like, nah, we don't really feel like doing that, and it's not a big deal. And I used up all the firewood that I was going to use for the cooking stream the night before because I stayed up till like 3 a.m. So, and then I slept outside. So, yeah, anyways, that was the whole thing. But, okay, anyways. So I ended up not being able to do that stream, so nothing happened. But all the way up to this point, I was just like, well, shit, I like that idea. Like, I wanted to cook breakfast over the campfire and kind of have like a nice, warm, cozy, chilly morning breakfast sort of stream. And so I figured, like, well, you know what? We didn't do it back in California. Perhaps it's not quite as scenic here in Indiana, but you know what? It still should be fun and entertaining, and we can make some breakfast. Now, I understand that it's not necessarily breakfast time for most people at this point. In fact, it's 1 p.m. for me, so it's more like brunch today, but we're going to be doing this in the spirit of breakfast, so whatever. It's fine. And as far as what we're making, well, you probably saw the title already, so spoiler alert, yeah, but originally what I was going to do in California was I was going to try to do huevos rancheros, and because, like, I don't know, it was somewhat like California, like Southern California Mexican themed sort of thing, and it was going to be adorable to make that over the campfire, and I was going to make it like a vegetarian version so that way my sister could eat it, although that would have been annoying, so thankfully we're not making vegetarian food today, I can tell you that. But the plan was to make huevos rancheros, but now this time around, since we're here in the Midwest, nice Midwest where we eat nice and hearty food, instead today of huevos rancheros, we're going to make breakfast burritos. I am a breakfast burrito enjoyer, really, who isn't? At the end of the day, breakfast burritos are just a bunch of delicious shit wrapped in a tortilla. Like, how bad could it possibly be, right? And, well, in theory, the plan is to try to create breakfast burritos that are kind of true to the outdoor experience. Now, as far as the recipe we're using, it's going to be... Also, is my chat working? Why is chat just totally dead? Am I tripping balls here? What is happening? Hold on. Is chat just silent? I just want to make sure that I'm not missing stuff in chat, because my connectivity to chat nowadays is always suspect, to say the least. Okay, there we go. Okay, okay, cool. It works. Good. So, the plans to make breakfast burritos, like I said, so we got to get started on all that shit. So, without further ado, we should probably just get that shit on the road. Cool. Now, you're just listening. Yeah, okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, so we're going to be using the recipe today by Cowboy Kent Rollins. Hell yeah, brothers. I'm sure people might have seen his online content. He's a YouTube dude from Oklahoma, does cowboy cooking. And we actually used one of his recipes back in the day when we did the, what was it? Shit. The, what was the birthday stream last year? What the fuck's it called? Beef Wellington, that's right. We did the cowboy beef Wellington, if you will. So we did that one, attempted to do that one over the campfire. So I'm linking the recipe we're using today in chat. It's his ultimate breakfast burrito. We're going to try our best to follow it basically to a T, I guess. So... we need to, first things first, before literally anything else. Oh, careful, Joel. It's a little windy out here. It's not supposed to be ultra windy today, but it is the outdoors, so you never know. First things first, we're going to have to prepare our cooking apparatus because, well, we're not inside of a kitchen, so we don't have a stove. I mean, I do have my propane stove as a backup option for today, but here's hoping we don't have to rely on that because it is much more fun to cook using, let's say, I don't know, creative methods, perhaps? So, we've got 2 barbecue grills. We're going to the plan's to utilize both of them today. But for now, we're just going to start with one of them. Because before anything else, I want to make myself a nice, warm, cozy drink. Because, maybe I might actually use the propane stove for the cozy drink, simply because it'll be faster. Plus, we need to wait for the charcoal to get going anyway. So, you know what? Never mind. Fuck all that. Well, let's prepare the charcoal first, though, before anything else. Because we do, in fact, want to... which one did I use? I used this one last time, right? Yeah, I think so. Last time we used wood that we scavenged here from the park as our source of fuel for the fire. This time around we're going to be more conventional, just use charcoal. I know, very boring, but I figured this time around maybe I won't push my luck, especially in broad daylight. Last time it was like kind of nighttime, right? So I figured I could get away with it. This time around, maybe we should not play it quite as risque, if you will. So, all right, let's get this fire going. Let's get the charcoal lit. And I'm sure, as you guys have known in the past, it's always an adventure for streamer to get a fire going. Really, any sort of fire, whether it be charcoal or wood or whatever. At least today we're not going to burn down our apartment. No fire hazards there, just fire hazards in the park instead. That's fine. Forgot the CGI in the snow. Yeah, it's not rocket time already. Oh my. Yeah, so today it's not exactly a what you would describe as a chilly winter day. I mean, it's chilly out here. I'd say the temperature, it's not that bad, honestly. It's a kind of nice for a winter day. It's, I think in like the low 40s right now, maybe high 30s, something like that. No idea what that is in Celsius, but probably like 3 or 4 degrees Celsius, something like that. So relatively pleasant for this time of year, and it's sunny outside. So as long as it's sunny, like it's not going to be that unpleasant, right? All right, so you can see this surface that we're going to be working with here isn't exactly what I'd call pristine. Turns out that this is just a public park grill, so it's not exactly something that is kept super clean super often. But don't lose the microphone thing, yeah. I'll try my best not to. So yeah, I think what I'll do is like lay down some aluminum foil here on top of that. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? I'm not like directly cooking stuff over the fire. I'm going to be using like pots and pans or whatever over it, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. But I think we'll try our best to at least have this a little bit less nasty, and the way I'm going to do that is just like, I think I'll just put some like a little layer of aluminum foil over that, so that way it's, if anything, that way it looks nicer, it feels nicer. I don't know. It's Joel. Hey, buddy. What's up, bud? Little cheeky Joel for you guys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Open up this fresh new thing of aluminum foil here. Come on. So we got to get the charcoal going. We got to get the charcoal burning. And while we do that, I think we'll make ourselves a nice little warm beverage, because the streamer needs to have his morning caffeine. I put morning in quotation marks, of course, but still. And that's what we can do while we wait for the fire to get nice and hot, nice and roaring, if you will. Because I'm going to try to cook everything today over the coals. There's no guarantee that it works, so the backup plan, of course, is just to use the propane stove that I always have as my trusty, reliable backup. But that being said, last time we were cooking with charcoal was it was the pumpkin stream, right? It was the pumpkin chili stream. And for that stream, we kind of figured out the secret sauce to make cooking over charcoal using like pots. We kind of figured out the secret at the end, which was, well, not the end, but like, it took us a while to figure it out, which for a lot of people it's really, this is not a secret, but you had to like basically put light coals and just put it directly on top of the coals, not like on a grate above the coals. We're not using this grate today. Fuck that. We know that doesn't work. That sucked last time. So, okay. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to use our classic, well, like I say, the classic that I've done in the past, which is a nice little bed of coals and then a paper towel soaked in oil. And then more coals on top of that. We'll soak the coals in a little oil, and then in theory at that point you light it and it gets going just fine. So, okay, I got 1 bag of charcoal with us today. I hope that's enough. Last time that we did charcoal cooking, we used an entire fucking bag. But last time we were kind of experimenting with making that shit just kind of work in general. This time around, in theory, we know what we're doing as far as getting this fire to work. So, in theory, this time around, we shouldn't really have to burn through a shitload of charcoal. But we'll see. We got the propane stove in case I'm wrong. Okay. Alright, so let's kind of put it like this. 3x4. Okay. And then let's get ourselves the paper towel. Can't see chat right now. Let me bring chat over with me. Put chat next to Joel. There we go. Hey, buddy. As you can see, your guys' Joels are quite recognized. Got to make sure that I see that shit myself, you know? All right. Anyways, let's get out the paper towel. Got to soak it in oil. And I know, like, everybody hears that and be like, oh, that sounds dangerous, but it works fine. I know this based on previous experience. Oh, you know what I should do as well? I should use I'm going to, like, hedge my bets in a way where it's like, I want to make sure this shit lights ASAP no matter what. So we're also going to cheat and use a couple of fire starter cubes in here as well, just because I'm not here to prove that I'm some bushcrafter fire starter. Like, I just want to get this shit show on the road, you know? So, yeah, let's put those in there for guaranteed heat, or guaranteed at least fire. Okay. Nice. All right, and then paper towels. All right. Now we square it up like so. And now we gotta soak that shit in a little bit of oil. What could possibly go wrong? Okay. By the way, the way I learned this method was via YouTube, and it was from some like super fancy Brazilian barbecue chef person guy, and obviously they know what they're doing, right? Because Brazilian barbecue is delicious, so therefore couldn't possibly be bad advice. Okay. Right. And in fairness, every time I've used this technique, it has worked. So I'd say the results are there to back it up. All right, cool. So we got that, cool, and then we're gonna stack some more charcoal on top of that because we need our nice little throne of charcoal for our pot to eventually sit on. We're gonna use a couple of pots today. The cast iron will be the main go-to. We've also got a secondary pot that I hope will work over this. If it doesn't, then I guess we got the cast iron as a fallback for literally everything, but cast iron, while nice, is a little large. Plus we might need multiple cooking surfaces eventually at some point, which is why we got the other grill here to save the day if needed. Or we just have the propane stove if we're time crunched or if the fire situation is not working, which oftentimes it doesn't. It's a pretty common theme on the stream. Alright. But that being said, I've got pretty high confidence that this is going to work because we have done plenty of charcoal shenanigans in the past, and we've at least sort of figured out the key and the tricks and the secrets, if you will. The keys. Okay. That seems like a nice little throne of charcoal for this shit to do its thing. Cool. Alright. And then we soak it in a little more oil. Welcome to Alone US with SalvDali. Yeah, unfortunately on Alone, I don't think they really have too much charcoal to work with. Nor do they really have, like, technology like phones. Yeah, I'm trying to get that, like, drenched. That'll work. I think that's fine. Okay. A little bit more. I'm also using this oil today for some deep frying, spoiler alert, so we don't want to use up all of our oil if we can avoid it. Okay. And let's light this shit up and see if it works. Surely it'll work, right? I've never had issues starting fires in the past in this stream. Okay. The matches. Last time I remember we were trying to use a lighter out here. That didn't work at all, so we're just going to go with the tried and true match technique. I think that'll should hopefully work better for us, as in the past. Okay. Oh! Don't do it. Fire. Okay. Okay, light it up here. Light it up there. Trying to light this on all sides, ideally. Okay, that match went out, but maybe I can just relight the match. Yes, sir. Okay, never mind. Well, it's already going. Maybe just let this do its thing. Maybe that's just enough. Maybe that'll get the job done. It is nice to not be at my apartment right now, so the good news is the fire gets a little bit unruly. I'm not worried about burning my apartment down and upsetting my landlord and everybody else within a 10-mile vicinity, so... Okay. Brick cold grilling and well, this will not? What do you mean cold? What are you talking about, Biggie? Biggie always coming in as the expert of everything in this chat. We've done this technique before, it's worked, so it should work. It should be alright. That looks like it's lighting to me. I don't know, I'm just saying. It's still gotta, of course, get all the top bricks lit, but we soaked that shit in oil, plus we got the fire starters in there. We know those will be, like, guaranteed on fire for a while. That's what they're for, so I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, in the past, this technique has worked for us just fine. Okay. I think in the meantime, what I'll do is... originally, I was thinking, like, what I was going to do was prepare all the stuff on the picnic tables indoors. Well, not indoors, but, like, underneath the shelter there. But maybe I'll just set up a lot of this stuff out here. Honestly, it's warmer out here. I kind of like just doing stuff out here a little bit more. Might not do everything out here, but we're going to do at least. Let's start with the drinks. Let's prep the drink out here. Let's do that. I can do that. All right. Come on. Pro fire starter? Yeah. We've fucked around in the past with not using that, but honestly, I'm not here to prove anything to anyone at this point. I just want to make sure the fire gets lit ASAP, so... Oh, Joel, careful, bud. A little windy out here. So, the fire starter just kind of ensures that shit gets that shit going. Okay, wait, is that in frame? It's not. Okay, let's... There we go. All right. All right, so we're going to be prepping our morning tea is what we're doing. Can't exactly drink a ton of alcohol out here because this is middle of the day in a public park and I am driving home, so can't exactly get hammered this stream, unfortunately, but that's okay. We can still enjoy some comfy, cozy, delicious drinks regardless. All right. Let's get the base for that going. I don't want this tipping over because it's windy out here. Okay. That's going right. That's looking pretty good. Give that another probably 15, 20 minutes and it should be Gucci, which is probably about the exact amount of time we need anyways, so cool. All right. If you look at this closely, like this stove's been through a little shit at this point. It's got some suspect just particles of just stuff on there a little bit, but you know what? It shows character. If you've got a clean, pristine camping stove, that means that you've probably not used it enough to justify its existence. Okay, and then let me grab... Nice little pot right here. We're going to fill this bad boy with water and just get the water boiling via the propane stove, because we don't have like a tea kettle. There's no electric outlets here. There was... When I did the chili, the pumpkin chili, that little... camping shelter, not camping shelter, but picnic shelter thing, that did have electricity, which was pretty clutch, but this one does not, so because of that, we just gotta live with the, with the tools that we have, no electricity to save us, so that's okay. Also, something I've noticed is my portable chargers, like the little charger brick that I have, is not doing so well nowadays. It only gets up to like a half a charge, it doesn't get up like a full charge, because I guess I've just used it so many times at this point and have put it through the ringer so many times for all these live streams that it's kind of losing its oomph. But it should be enough to get through the stream today. I don't think the stream today will be too long. I know I always say that and then it's not true, but in theory today's stream shouldn't be an ultra long one, so because of that... That's enough water, right? Yeah, it should be. So in theory the charger should get the job done well enough today. Alright, so... let's just get that water going. So I gotta start the stove. Kind of forgot about that part. Guess I can't just flip a switch and it turns on, huh? See specks of blood and tears on that gas canister? Yeah, I beat people over the head with it off stream. That's what I did at Talladega to fend off people that were trying to invade my SUV. Yeah. That sounds about right. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, so... Get that shit going... All right, it's always impossible to tell, like for surezies, if this thing is lit when it's daytime and I use this thing because you can't actually see the flame at all, but I can feel the heat, so must be on. You look at that, you're just like, is it on? I don't know. It looks the same as before. It does, but in theory, it is on. Okay, how's this charcoal doing? We been chilling? I see the bottom ones look like they're getting going, so I think we're good. Okay. Put that on top of here. All right. And hopefully this will start boiling in the relatively near future. Put a little more water. Well, actually, no. I mean, I can always boil up a second one. I've got enough for 2 mugs of tea here, so... in theory, I want to do a second cup eventually, but for now, this is fine. All right, cool. So, man, this old phone that I have that I use for chat, this does not last very long anymore. I'm already down to 36% charge. This battery on this phone is no bueno, so I think what I'm going to have to do is just plug this into my my laptop to make sure it just keeps charging. Because my laptop is always super unreliable for showing chat. Sometimes chat just randomly dies on my laptop, so can't necessarily rely on that to show me the chat the entire time. Where did I put the charging cable for the phone? I found it. Okay. Sorry, I normally would get more organized before the stream starts, but I was running late today because, in classic streamer fashion, set my alarm to wake up at 10 a.m. Alarm goes off. I'm like, oh yeah, I got 5 more minutes. I'll just set another alarm for 5 minutes later. And then naturally, I fuck it up because I'm still half asleep and I don't actually set the alarm at the right time, and then I oversleep and wake up closer to like 11:30. Hour and a half before the stream was supposed to start. Imagine that. All right. Laptop, plug that one in theory now the phone will not die, but who knows. All right. Let's put the laptop precariously close to the burning propane stove. What could possibly go wrong? Okay. There, chat. All right, so now we just have to wait. I guess we play the waiting game. Well, we could start prepping the ingredients, I guess. Actually, that's probably not the worst idea in the world. We're going to be doing, before literally anything else, we are going to be doing, let's see, the hot green salsa. So maybe we can start prepping the ingredients for that, actually. I actually like that idea. Let's just start doing that. I need to take a piss. I'll have to take a piss pretty soon. Now, you'll remember this place last time. There is technically a porta potty, but it's like way the fuck over there. So there is a 0% chance I'm walking all the way over there. But we used nature's bathroom last time, and there's literally nobody at this entire park. So I'm not particularly worried about taking a little nature's piss here if we need to. But, okay, so what we need to do for prepping the salsa is going to be jalapenos, tomatillo sauce, white onion, and 2 garlic cloves. Okay, so I guess the thing we need to prep is the onion and the jalapenos. Garlic, I think we can just toss into the pot of boiling water wholesale later, and I think it'll work fine. So let me grab the... Yeah, like I said, I wasn't really planning on using this as my work surface today, but I kind of just feel like making this work. Joel, I promise we're going to be a little bit space constricted if we use this, but fuck it, let's just make this work. Plus, I'm going to be able to move the stove out of the way eventually because we're not actually using that for anything besides just the tea, or at least that's the plan. Careful, Joel. All right. If I could not have this smoke blow in my face, that'd be much appreciated, by the way. All right, onion, cool. Garlic, we're not using this entire thing. Just need a couple of cloves, actually. Spin you around. Give you that fish, please? Bro, this is Joel. Get your own Joel. Come on now. Yeah, that charcoal's definitely doing its thing. Biggie's like, yeah, it's not going to work. I know about everything. Well, it looks like it's working just fine. All right. Garlic is admittedly kind of old, so... This garlic's very... Oh. Yeah, the garlic might be a little past its prime, boys. Is this what the inside of garlic is supposed to look like? Okay, we might just have to substitute garlic powder for for this, because I'm going to go and say this garlic is not going to work. Yeah, that's not what it's supposed to look like. I just went into my pantry and was like, okay, I got garlic, right? I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, I got garlic, we're fine. And now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, we haven't really cooked this garlic for like 3 months, so... Yeah, alright, well, that's okay. We'll just use garlic powder. You'll find out later why this is not actually that big of a deal, but... mildly annoying, I suppose. Alright, how's this water feeling? It is not hot at all. Let's crank this shit up a little bit. Okay, I have a cutting board with me. I'm just going to take my entire bag of goodies over, I guess. Don't blow over, please. Ooh, box of goodies. Fuck it, we're just going to prep stuff out here. Who cares? This'll work fine, dude. Alright. Let's get out our cooking utility thing, which is around here somewhere. There it is. My little box full of goodies is always like chaos. It's never organized. It's always just filled with a bunch of different plastic bags for different random shit that I'm using for the day. There's no system of organization that I have for it, so it's usually just a giant shit show in there. If I was smart, I'd buy some sort of system of organization for, like, I don't know, properly bringing stuff for these outdoor streams, but I never do. Whatever. Alright, got the knife wrapped up in a nice little ghetto knife sleeve there in a paper towel. Okay, oh shit, we get the stuff out for the tea. Okay. That fire? Hell yeah, dude. And we had doubters saying it wasn't gonna work. Come on now. How dare you doubt the streamer? You knew that shit was gonna work. It always does on this stream. Creating fire is never an issue on twitch.tv/SalvDali. I know how to do juicy in-game ignites and juicy IRL ignites. Exclamation point Thaddeus. Or no, exclamation point ignite. Alright. Ignore the guy walking around the public park with a knife. Not here to do anything sketchy, I promise. Put the phone over here. Oh, this feels so sketchy just sitting right next to the propane canister, but it's taking a long-ass time to heat up. Come on, water, faster. Normally this propane heater or propane stove is like way too hot. Normally that's the issue, but at the moment it's taking forever just to try to boil some water. Buddy. Right. I didn't bring a trash bag today. Oh shit. I kind of fucked that up. There's no trash can around this little area that I'm using. I kind of assumed there was, but I assumed incorrectly. Okay, let's cut this bad boy up. Now I believe we're just using, let me double check the recipe here, but I think we're just using all of this, right? 1 white onion diced. Yes, sir. All right. Have anything I can use as a trash bag in here? This'll work, I guess. Doesn't look at all like January out here. Well, it's technically February now. Get it right, please. But yeah, it's unseasonably warm. That's for sure. I mean, that's kind of the reason why I'm able to do this stream, even because it's not super cold out here, obviously. But yeah, it is a little annoying. We had a nice, like, maybe 10-day stretch where it was super cold and super snowy, but that has ended, and now we're kind of like almost already into like spring weather at this point, which, as a snow enjoyer, is a little depressing, but for a cooking stream, I guess, that you want to do outdoors, it is admittedly kind of convenient. Global warming in effect? I mean, whatever, we're not going to get into that, but I will say it is a little disturbing that we can just be out here the start of February cooking outdoors and be completely comfortable. Not something you probably could have gotten away with like 50 years ago where we're at. This onion's too round? Whoa. I'm sorry, does the shape of the onion affect how it tastes? Is that a thing? I don't think that's a thing. Alright, come on. Now, it's not like it's super warm out here. Like, for example, my hand's not exactly super warm at the moment, so I'm not going to try to say that like it's optimal conditions out here for cooking, but it's better than the balcony stream, I'll tell you that. It's A, a little bit warmer, and B, it's not, well, B, I'm in the sun, and then C, it's not ultra fucking windy out here, which it was last time. Okay, that's a little sketch to be cutting this onion while we have this thing of water that we're trying to boil here, but I wish I had like a better, maybe, I guess I could put this propane stove like on top of this grill over here. Just A, I'll give myself more space, and B, it's gonna be less sketchy. All right, let me do that actually. I mean, this park grill over here is, oh Jesus, you can't see this right now, I know, but park grill is not exactly the least sketchiest thing ever, but it's gonna work. I'm just gonna put this off to the side. You don't really need to see this, but trust me, it'll be here, I promise. I don't really want to cut an onion on a surface that also has a propane heater on here that's trying its best to boil water. Okay, the water's starting to steam a little bit at least. I'm going to turn this up a little bit more though, because that water's taking forever to boil and shouldn't be taking this long. Okay. Anyways, let's continue. Funny thing about these outdoor streams is like usually I plan them to be relatively simple, like as far as what I'm making, just because something I've noticed in the past, and this shouldn't come as too much of a shocker, is that whenever you're trying to prepare literally anything outdoors, food-wise, or really anything, it always takes way longer compared to like if you're in an indoor kitchen or if you're in like a indoor space in general. You would think something like prepping an onion would be super fast, right? But if you're ever trying to do this outdoors, just everything's a little bit more inconvenient. Everything's always a little bit more time consuming, so that's why we're keeping it relatively simple today, just with the breakfast burrito, although I still think it'll take a little while since we're not making like an ultra simple one. Usually if I make like an ultra simple breakfast burrito for myself at home, it's pretty basic. It's got, okay, turkey bacon, I know, go ahead and judge me, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Usually has turkey bacon, it's got eggs, it's got cheese, maybe some avocado if I'm feeling extra bougie, and it's got some hot sauce, and that gets the job done just fine. But today, as Cowboy Kent Rollins would say, hell yeah, brother, we're cooking something a bit, I guess, heartier, something that'll really, you know, this bowl always looks really nasty indoors. I gotta say, it looks even nastier outdoors. But whatever, it's still a bowl. It can still hold stuff, so that's what it's for. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, this will be a nice and hearty breakfast burrito with a lot of meats and beans and potatoes and shit like that. Hell yeah, brothers. It's a Midwest breakfast burrito. Cowboy Kent's from Oklahoma, which is not quite the Midwest, but it's still like kind of the center part of the country, so it's close enough. Whatever. Okay, second half of the onion. Right. The pre-seasoned bowl, of course. Yeah, exactly. We got our cast iron pot today ready to go. That's nice and pre-seasoned. And we got our plastic bowl, also pre-seasoned. That's how that works, right? Hey, streamer, you're holding the knife wrong. Hey, streamer, you don't know how to cut knife or cut with knives. All right, yeah, just get it in, Chad. I know. I never do. Although, like I said, at least my knife is less shitty than my parents' knives, because when I tried to cook when I went home for Christmas, I came to realize that their kitchen knives apparently were made of, like, I don't know, plastic or something. They were not made of plastic, but they were awful. They were like, couldn't cut jack shit, so you can give me all the shit you want for my knife wielding, whatever you want to call it, but I'm doing better than my parents are, and they cook a lot more than I do. Alright. Why don't I buy them better ones? Honestly, like, now that I know that, that's a pretty good Christmas present potentially for next year. Although a full knife set is not exactly what you'd call cheap. I mean, I could get them like one knife, but that feels kind of underwhelming. But yeah, honestly, I'm tempted to do that next year for Christmas, is buy them a new kitchen knife, because, like, just maybe it's like, I don't know, if anything, just the one I have right here. Like, the one I have right here is solid. And I know they need it. Even if they don't want to admit it, they definitely need it, because it is god-awful. Or, well, they have many knives, right? They got a little knife brick that you stick all the knives into, and they're all terrible. Every single one of them. It's not just like the most used one is bad. They're all bad. It's really annoying. Okay. How's this water going? Is this boiling yet? Holy fuck. This is not even boiling yet. Alright, what? Maybe I'm just gonna have warm tea and not hot tea. It's not Rocket. Yeah. Because I'm shocked at how long this is taking and how scuffed this seems to be. I know you can't see this on stream, but it's probably just because I guess it's super windy out here, and maybe that's not doing a very good job for the heat transfer. That was a big one? Oh yeah, they're always juicy ones. Okay, so we got the onions prepped. Cool, let's prep the jalapenos, shall we? In here somewhere. So much for our onion, whatever, dude. Yeah, it kind of sucks that the garlic is kind of scuffed and fucked, but we got garlic powder as a substitute that we were going to use for something else in the dish today, so we can just kind of... What we're doing is we're making the salsa right now, so we're trying our best to create like a nice flavorful salsa, which ideally was going to include some garlic in it, but we are going to use basically some pre-made salsa and add to it. And the pre-made salsa, I looked at the ingredients, already does have garlic in it, so for you garlic enjoyers out there, it's not like it's going to be missing garlic. Alright, shit, what was the matchstick way to do jalapenos again? I've learned how to do this. I think I just cut it like... Oh yeah, you gotta cut off the end like that. And then cut it like that, and you just like Open it up like this. Yes, sir. There we go. Okay. See, cooking. I've learned how to do this. Yeah. All right. Let's do this with all of them. Get a custom-made knife and make it look like Finkel's Skinner. Somehow I don't think that that reference would really land with my parents. I don't really think they'd understand what the fuck that is. Also, this charcoal is definitely ready to go. You can see it's definitely grayed over a bit. So maybe what I'm just going to do, maybe we're just going to plop the teapot right over that. Because that's what we're going to use for that pot later anyways, for the salsa. So I might as well just put that on there now, right? Fuck it. Okay, although it's not exactly what you'd call a level surface to put it over, but... we can probably make this work. It's level-ish. Alright, fuck it. We're going to give it a shot because the propane stove ain't getting the job done. Where do I put this? Okay. Alright, I'm going to turn this off. That water is not hot at all. Not even steaming. Yikes. Okay. So, yeah, this pot right here is not really made to be put over like something like charcoal or something like anything really besides a real stove, but that'll work, right? Alright, come on. Stay. Worst case scenario, it spills over, it's water, it puts the fire out. So, okay. Put the grate down? No, we've already learned our lesson last time. We tried to do this before, and with the grate, it doesn't work. You gotta put it directly over the coals, otherwise it's not warm enough. All right, let me get these coals somewhat evenly distributed here. Oh, come on, baby. All right, there we go. Okay, that should maybe get the job done better this time. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, let's continue. Yeah, that smells really nice. Like, surprise, surprise, burning charcoal smells pretty good. Who would have guessed that? Lid will help. Well, I don't have a lid for that, so oh well. I mean, whatever. The worst case scenario is like, I guess we can't drink our tea this morning, or I guess I just use the water in its current sort of warm status and put a tea bag in there and hope something happens. I understand that, yes, a lid would obviously help speed up that process, but I bought that pot for $3 at Goodwill, and it did not come with a lid. What can you do? The lid, the streamer, the lid, stop! Oh. Second one did not exactly come out as neat and tidy when it comes to the matchstick technique, but we, spoiler alert, don't need to make these like super pristine looking as far as their shape when we dice them, because we're going to put this in a pot of boiling water, boil them for a little bit, and then after that, we're going to blend them. So as long as they're nice and mushy and created into like somewhat of a nice uniform little dicing cubed thingies, doesn't really matter if they're pristinely shaped or uniformly shaped. They're all going to eventually just turn into green mush anyways. How cold's it? It is like in the low 40s outside right now. I don't know what that is in Celsius, but like I said earlier, probably like 5 or 6 degrees Celsius, or maybe 3 or 4, or something like that. So, not what I'd call warm, but at the same time, especially in the sun, it's like fine. Alright, let's not touch our eyeballs, though. I mean, jalapenos really aren't that spicy. People, it's maybe like if you're like super, super white, I guess, like jalapenos you'd consider spicy, but to me, jalapenos are fairly mild. I could just pop an entire one into my mouth if I really needed to. I'm not going to, but I could. And not die. Alright, where did I put onion bowl? There you are. Okay, well, I mean, the water is at least steaming. I can kind of see some bubbles forming on the bottom, so that means it's doing better than the propane stove, I can tell you that. A rare situation where our charcoal apparatus is actually heating something better than our propane stove. That's kind of a plot twist. Historically, it's been the opposite. Take a spoonful, bite to taste it. You first, dude. Here. Grab a little. Here, okay, just pop a little in your mouth. Let me know how it goes. Okay. Need to do 4 jalapenos, because for some reason This quote salsa is very jalapeno heavy. If you say so, Cowboy Kent. All right. Whew, yeah. It's not like my hands are warm right now, that's for sure. It's not warm out here. Oh, careful, Joel. Also, it's occurred to me that like if I wanted this lighting setup to be proper, I should be facing the other way because like it's backlit right now. But oh well. Unfortunately, the park grills face in a direction where if I want to show them off, I gotta have the shit be backlit. So all you film majors out there recoiling in horror, yes, I'm aware it's not ideal. I'm sorry. Oop, come on. Cut. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Arise, my son. God, that is not boiling at all. Yikes. Funny thing is, like, I know that's hot. I know that charcoal it's sitting on is nice and piping hot at this point. There's a nice little bed of, like, glowing hot coals in there, so I don't frankly know why that water's taking so long to boil and why it's struggling so hard. I mean, okay, partially because it's cold out here, so I mean, I guess it's literally the air, I guess, that's cooling it down and counteracting the heat from the charcoal. But with the pot sitting directly on top of the coals, you would think that's like no fucking way that couldn't get super, super scalding hot there. But I've been known to be wrong in the past when it comes to the strength of my fires and the heat of my fire sources, so... Well, just be more patient. We're still just prepping the stuff for the salsa anyways, I guess. But we were supposed to be drinking the tea at this point. And I need to boil a separate thing of water, or at least a new thing of water for the salsa. So, not really sure how much longer that's going to take. Lid helps a lot and a little salt. Yeah, I could add salt to it. Well, no, this is supposed to be for the tea. I'm not going to add salt to my tea water, obviously. But I think at this point, once we're done prepping the salsa stuff... I think we just pour the water at whatever temperature it is right now into the teacup and call it good enough because we need to do like actual cooking here now. Yeah, something that's not great about doing the cooking here with this little setup though, at this table with no chairs, that yeah, it's not great on my back having to be hunched over this entire time. Back is not appreciating this. I should have brought my camping chair. Kind of fucked up. I didn't realize I'd be cooking out here. But here we are. All right. Okay, there we go. 4 jalapenos. This shit's supposed to go in a pot of boiling water. That's not boiling. So let's do this, okay? Number 1, let's just say fuck it. This is good enough. Let me show you what the water is looking like in there for just, I guess, reference. You can see like the bottom is bubbling, like the water's steaming, but it's not boiling. So, you know, is what it is. Okay. Let's take that out and just pour it in. And how hot is this handle even? Handle's not hot at all. I'm gonna need a lid. Oh shit! Actually, before I do that, let me put the tea bag in there. Why am I making tea? Am I British? I don't know, because it's a breakfast burrito stream, so I want to make something breakfast themed and. Tea is something I drink for breakfast. We're going to be doing some cinnamon sunset spice. No, cinnamon sunrise spice as our tea flavor for today. Not our usual basic bitch Lipton. So there you go, chat. We're at least bouging it up a tiny bit more than normal. All right. Let's see how well this brews. Oh, yeah. Oh, spilling a little bit. Spilling a lot of bit. Okay, spilling like a pretty large amount. That's okay. Okay. All right. Well, I can tell you this, the tea is brewing. The tea has changed color, or at least the water has changed color already, so that's good news. That must mean it's brewing, right? It's not like boiling hot, but it doesn't necessarily have to be boiling hot to brew, so okay. We're being chillin'. Wipe this off real quick. Oh, Joel. This poor table has seen so much abuse over the past year or so. I've put this table through a lot of trials and tribulations. given it's God's greatest challenges. Okay. All right, so let this tea... Okay, the tea bag already fell into the water. Awesome. Ay, 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 ay. Or the tea little... Whatever, you get it. Okay, so now next up we need to boil water for realsies for the salsa prep. Keep in mind, salsa prep is like the very, very, very first part of this entire thing. We're going to have to get to the point where we cook all the stuff that goes in the burrito as well, but I'm going to try to like minimize the amount of water in here. Because as we've kind of found out here, the whole process of trying to boil water over this little apparatus is not taking a short amount of time. I could also maybe add more coals here. That's also probably something that might help. Where's the alcohol? Well, I mean, it wouldn't be very, very responsible to be in the middle of a public park on this beautiful sunny day and drink alcohol out in the air, here in the open, right? That would not be very responsible. So it's a good thing that I'm not a responsible adult then, huh? Oh shit, look at this, a bottle of knob that's almost used up, but I see a little bourbon in there. I mean, like, who are we kidding here, boys? All right. Well, you thought I was just going to drink unalcoholic beverages for a cooking stream? No, come on. Now, like I said, I can't drink that much because I am driving after this, but a little bit won't do any harm. Mix that in nice and good. Yes. Okay. Rip the tea taste. Let's see how this does taste. I don't know. I mean, like, it's cinnamon. It's like, what was that? Cinnamon sunrise something something. How bad could it be? Ooh, that actually tastes quite nice, to be honest. It's very cinnamony with the nice little hints of bourbon. Actually goes pretty well. Well, not bad, not bad. I didn't put that much bourbon in there, admittedly, but still. All right, yeah, works. Sure. What's the legal limit you can drive on? It's like 0.08 or something percent BAC. I don't know. We're not going to get anywhere close to that, I can guarantee you. We're going to be a responsible Andy. I brought this bottle of knob because it was almost empty, so I can guarantee you that this tiny little bit at the very bottom of the bottle is not anywhere close to enough. I don't have any other alcohol with me, so it's not like I'll even be tempted or anything. Homemade Fireball. Yeah, it actually, unironically, this does taste pretty similar to Fireball in a less nasty way. Like bougie Fireball, yeah. All right, so we just need this water to boil. Let's add maybe some more coals, shall we? Historically, whenever we had issues with charcoal, we were just like, add more coals, that'll solve the problem, right? Does it ever actually solve the problem? Debatable, but we're going to give it a shot because this is not working right now. I mean, it's not like it's definitely hot. I'll tell you that. Like putting my hand over this is kind of like, oh, Jesus, hot. But I can see why it's not exactly like blazing right now with the pot that we're trying to get boiling here. Yeah, I mean, I can comfortably put my hand right here. That's not like a great sign, admittedly. Oh, come on now. All right, hopefully these little briquettes will light up here, and that'll be an indication that it's a little more Gucci. Maybe one more brick on there. Hey. All right, fire. Let's put this back on, and then hopefully that'll help insulate the heat a bit and get that shit show going. All right, that's sort of stable, kind of. All right, come on, baby. Blow on it. Well, I mean, adding oxygen to the fire, actually, unironically, not a bad idea, but I can hear it crackling in there. I don't know, maybe it's doing something. Come I thought this was our cheat code from last time. As long as you just literally just place this directly on top of the coals, it gets nice and piping hot. I didn't even put that much water in here. Like, I put like barely enough to the point where it's probably just gonna not even be enough to like go up to the top of the jalapenos and onions. So I mean, in theory, it shouldn't take long to boil like a small amount of water like this, but I've been known to be wrong in the past. Oh boy. Or we just sit here and put the coals into the water. There we go. Yeah, it'll directly heat it up nice and quick. True, dude. Funny thing is, ironically, the propane stove we already know isn't really working all that well right now because the tea water did not heat up particularly fast. Buy one of those rechargeable pumps that you blow up air mattresses with. They rock for that. I'm sure it's probably decent, but like, it's not like this charcoal isn't like lit or hot. It's just that the heat transfer to the pot is not wonderful at the moment. Come on, baby. Oh, a lot of smoke. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, why is this so much less hot than the last time I did this? And last time I did this, it's not like it was warm outside, right? It was like a little warmer than this, but not too much. Got a leaf blower, yeah, great. I think what we'll do, just to give this an appropriate amount of time, is I'm gonna go take a piss, and then by the time I get back, it'll be roaring hot, I assume, right? That's how it's gonna work? Let's assume that. All right, I'll be right back, chat. Let me take a piss. Ethical piss, of course. I'm going to the porta potty as far as you're concerned. No need to worry about which direction I'm about to walk in, okay? All right, be right back. Okay, is the water boiling yet? No. Okay, well. Awesome. Oh, yeah. Come on. All right, well. How's the, Man, come on, dude. I guess I just add more coals. I don't know what else to really realistically do outside of that. Add more coals and hopefully get them nice and even more lit. Ethically urinated? I don't know what you're talking about. I was just taking a nice little look at the woods over there. Just took a look real quick, appreciated their beauty, and now I'm back. There we go. All right, let's up our coal game, I guess, because realistically, how else are you going to increase the heat of the fire besides just like adding more fuel to the fire, right? All right. Put this over here for now. Now, I understand that like if you put more coals on this, it's going to take a while to get lit and get these coals fully hot, but realistically, that's what it takes. We got to wait a little bit while longer, then so be it. I mean, I can see there's plenty of heat left in there. Like it's still glowing hot and like glowing orange in the middle, right? So, you know, like in the nice little center part of this, it's still piping hot, but it's kind of all about transferring that heat upwards into the top of this, which is a little bit more scuffed at the moment. Okay, there's no possible way that this isn't going to get piping hot once those get lit. Right? Right. Right, chat? Right. Stir them around. The white ones are the hot ones? Well, yeah, I know, but I'm trying to get it to like the white ones. The heat rises from the white ones into the... Here, maybe I'll take the white ones from like the outside and... I mean, they're mostly just ashed up at this point to the point where they're not a ton of heat left. But no, I mean, this is going. Let it cook, literally. Pretty sure this is going to burst into flames pretty soon, unironically. Oh shit, the Popo found me, boys. Well, it's been a good stream. I'm going to have to make for the woods now. You'll never fucking find me. Cheers, boys. Burn in the maker's fire. Yeah, precisely. This time around, not sleeping here, officer. Doing nothing illegal right now, okay? There's nothing you can arrest me for. Damn, I'm like this park is not like the complete boonies or anything, but it's definitely like kind of away from the main part of town. Surprise, there's any action going on. Yeah, surprise, surprise, it's actually an ambulance. Who would have guessed? Getting arrested for unethical urinating? I don't know what you're talking about. There's absolutely zero proof of what you're accusing me of. I was just enjoying the beautiful view of the woods. All right, now, smoking's good. I like that. Is this on fire, though? No. Keep in mind, by the way, we're eventually going to have to get this hot enough to the point where it's like deep frying oil, so, or, you know, boiling the oil for deep frying, so we got to make sure that this is hot. Like, this is not like a situation of like, oh, we just need to have it hot for a little bit for the sake of boiling water. Like, no, we need to like be cooking like our entire burrito stuff in here too, including, like I said, deep frying, so this is not a situation where we can get away with a moderately hot fire for a little while. But I know last time when I did this sort of cooking technique, or at least this, you know, charcoal with the pan directly sitting on top of the coals, it got like really hot. It was not like a case of like, oh, barely hot enough to cook over. It was like piping hot to the point where it was almost too hot. The chili was kind of boiling and not really simmering. Worked out fine, but... Okay, let me add the pot back over this. If anything, like I said, it might help insulate the heat now. We put this back over and see how this goes. Surely it's going to do something now, right? You need 350 degrees for deep frying. You don't know you'll be able to do that in 40-degree weather. I can tell you that, like, in a similar setup, like I said, like when we did the pumpkin chili stream, it was about this temperature outside, maybe slightly warmer, but not that big of a difference. And we got the chili, like the cast iron, ripping hot. It wasn't just like kind of hot. It was like really hot. So I'm using this exact same technique this time around. So I don't know. This has already worked in the past. It's not a situation of just like, well, I'm experimenting with a new heat source technique like I've oftentimes done with the stream. That's been a theme in the past. But this time around, like, we were just kind of go with the tried and true, like, we know this works technique. Right? Guys, right? It definitely works. I'm not going to... I mean, I got an entire bag of charcoal. There's no possible way I'd run out of charcoal, right? But now I'm starting to get a little worried that, like, by the end of this, maybe I'll be running low. Wonka. I should be seeing flames, though. Like, some of the briquettes that we already put on there should be lighting on fire. That part, admittedly, is a little concerning that they're not. That implies to me that, like, they're not hot enough. I mean, they're definitely, like, ashing up a bit, so it's not like they're not at least getting hot, but they're not instantly bursting into flame, which last time was a pretty good indication as to how hot it was. Need to blow in the coals? All right, all right. Come on, baby. Fire. Funny thing is, it's not like it's not windy out here, so. In theory, the air transfer shouldn't be that big of a deal, even without me blowing on it. A little smoky. Odie? Anything? The water's like warm. I can literally just like it's like hot sink water basically. That's the temperature it's reached so far. Well, here's the alternate, I guess maybe technique I can go with. Instead of trying to boil the onions plus jalapenos, I guess I can just throw them directly in the pot. In which case, maybe at this point I might take out the cast iron and just try my best to get it like cooked. Like maybe add some oil as well, just get it cooked down. That'll make it nice and soft, and then we can kind of blend that up instead. Plus, that one has a lid, right? So that one actually might be able to contain the heat a little bit better. So maybe that's the play, actually. All right, I think it's time to call the audible. I think it's time. If anything, you know what I'm going to do? Okay, I'm going to use whatever heat is in this water to at least make another thing of tea, because fuck it. I'm already kind of done with this first one here. And we're going to go with the cast iron. The good old tried and true, baby. All right, hold on. When in doubt, use cast iron, because it's a magical thing that surely, if anything is going to get hot and going to get nice and ripping hot and hold its heat, it's cast iron, right? All right, so, okay, mug, let me get a new bag of tea. So this entire time, I guess we were just boiling water for the tea. That's all we were doing. Only took us like an hour to do that part, and now we can actually start cooking the burrito. Yikes! All right, well. Oh, it's always hard to plan exactly for how these outdoor cooking streams are going to go, dude. Sometimes they work, sometimes they're scuffed. They're usually scuffed. That's usually how it goes. Okay, well. All right. Trying my best not to spill as much this time. Like pour it a little faster. That might help. Okay, there we go. Well, it's warm enough to kind of brew the tea. That should give you an indication of how hot it got. Not that hot. All right. Cast iron time. Oh! The tried and true cooking surface that will hopefully do a little bit better here. Because last time, admittedly, I guess I didn't actually use I didn't use that other pot that we were using. I just used the cast iron with this technique, and that's what made it work so well. So maybe something about the cast iron and how it... I don't know. Maybe it's going to work better. We'll fucking see. Who cares? Who knows? Okay. Let's just toss this on here and see what happens instead. Shall we? Okay. Definitely lays on top of the coals better because it's got those little legs instead of the... Actually, let me put this the other way. Got the little legs on there, so that helps it stand up a little bit more efficiently on top of the coals. Okay. those underneath there. I suppose there's also like a wider surface area to distribute the heat on the... Okay, yeah, immediately I can see the coal's already lit on fire underneath there. Something about the cast iron just has this magical property that allows it to heat up more. I don't know how this works exactly, but all right, cast iron, I guess, yeah, just gotta believe in the power of the cast iron. Fuck it, dude. All right, sure, why not? All right. Here, I'll give you a little show of what we're talking about here. Okay, so like you can see, down you go. Can't even see it that well, but it's actually lit underneath there now. Okay. 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 I don't know why cast iron works so much better, but it does, so. Who am I guess, to question it? I guess we'll take it. All right. Give you guys a nice little POV here of our cooking. Okay, a little more insulated. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that helps. The legs at the bottom of the cast iron, I mean, that's what they're for, right? That's literally so it can stand on top of hot surfaces without, I guess, smothering it. I don't know. I don't know the exact science of what's going on. I can just tell you that it's working better already, which is good news. All right, come on. There's a little coal in here. Come on. Get in there. Come on. Come on. Hey. Okay. Well. All right, now let's feel how this surface is feeling. Okay, why does this make so much of a difference? I can already feel it getting like nice and hot there. All right. Let's add a little oil. Let's see how it's doing here. Where did I put that oil? Here it is. I don't have 300 cooking. I mean, I feel like my cooking skills, that is, has gotten like relatively decent over the past, I don't know how long I've been doing cooking streams now, like maybe a year and a half or so, maybe year and a third, something like that. So it's not like I'm some expert cook or anything, but hey, I'm a hell of a lot better than I was when I started. I can guarantee you that. And it's not like I started cooking for the first time a year and a half ago, but I definitely would cook mostly just simple stuff, almost exclusively simple stuff, I guess. All right, come on. All right. You're stoned with mad munchies. Bring it on. I'm trying my best to satisfy your munchies, but of course first we need to get a proper heat source to cook over. But I think we're getting there. Let me add a few more coals underneath there because there's a little space to do so, and I think we're being chillin'. Come on. Squeeze that shit in there, baby. I'm sure I'm doing this all wrong, but that's how I did it last time. It worked, sorta. Okay, there we go. Look at the back end here. And a couple back here. Surely I'll be able to deep fry using this, right? Surely. Oh, how's this? Okay, fuck it. Let's add in the jalapenos and see what happens, or well, the onions and jalapenos and see what happens. Little tester. Okay. Shit. That sounds like it's working. All right. I mean, the sound speaks for itself, doesn't it? Okay. I mean, okay. Boys, all right. Okay. Let's get on our little wooden spatula here. All right, there we go. Finally, we're cooking. Okay. Okay. Add a little extra oil to that. And, let's add some salt and pepper as well. Hold on, I got that around here somewhere. Oh! Salt, pepper, yeah. Okay. Fancy ass kosher salt. Little pepper. Okay. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Alright, now we're cooking with fire, boys. It's just that easy. All you need to do is wait an hour for it to heat up, I guess. Let's get everything nice and mixed up and coated in the vegetable oil. Now, like I said, this is in theory supposed to be boiling and not just like cooking like so. But I think what I can do is just put the lid on, get this nice and coated, like I said. Put the lid on. That'll soften this up to the point where it should be. It's going to be like, we're supposed to be making essentially salsa. It's going to be really fucking chunky because, spoiler alert, I was supposed to use a blender / food processor to smoothen up this stuff right here and get it into nice little salsa paste essentially. And then about 2 hours before I was ready to do the stream today, I kind of realized from last stream, oh yeah, my blender's turbo fucked, isn't it? I kind of forgot about that. So yeah, we don't have a blender. So we're just going to try to get this to the point where it's like super soft, and we'll combine it with some already pre-made salsa. And oh yeah, I should add garlic powder into this because I'm supposed to use garlic too. And then we'll just kind of see what the fuck happens. I don't know. It's going to be very, very chunky salsa, but whatever. Worst case scenario, we got some nice little onion and jalapeno chunks in our burrito, and that's honestly doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world anyways, so it's kind of whatever. Who needs a blender anyways? Overrated. What's my favorite cooking oil? I'm not sure I'm good enough at cooking to really say that I have a favorite type of cooking oil. I mean, olive oil seems to be always clutch, I can tell you that. I mean, there's good old standby reliable vegetable oil that gets the job done just fine. I guess, here, I'll put it this way. The one that I always have just sitting there for any sort of, like, oil needs, or, like, whenever it's like, add some oil to this dish, it's always vegetable oil, which I know is very boring, but, like, it's usually just vegetable oil. Smells nice already. I mean, it's just onions and jalapenos, but smells good. I'll say that. Now, the heat, I can definitely hear it. It's definitely cooking. It's sizzling for sure, but it's not, like, giga hot, so we are going to put the lid on this now. And then I think after we cook these, we'll probably just add a shitload more coals onto there to hopefully get this piping hot. Because like I said, we need a deep fry with this. So, yeah. What's up, Versing Torx coming in hot with the little subaroni. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets, Doritos, and Cooking Stream Fund. Appreciate it, bud. A fellow Joel enjoyer. Oh, which... I'm going to drink the second cup of tea with no knob? Come on now. What are we doing here? What are we doing with our lives? Yes. There we go. That would represent the last of the knob right there. 07's for the knob. It performed valiantly. Okay. Yes. This is parser food. Yeah, this is how World of Warcraft gamers eat. We're not able to afford luxuries like stoves or kitchens in general. You gotta cook in an outdoor park grill. That's how it works. I always like cooking like this though. It's so much more fun than just using a conventional stove or oven. It's at least something that allows you to get a little bit more creative and has a bit more visual pizzazz. And like once you're finished making it, it feels more satisfying because you know you choose like some really primitive shit to get this shit cooked and to get it nice and tasty. All right. Because I can't help myself and I'm a weak man, I'm gonna already take the lid off to see how it's going in there. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, we're being chillin' in there. We're being chillin'. That's also like doing a good job of like steaming the stuff inside there. So we're we're actually going pretty good at this point. I got a rag. It's actually my kitchen towel that I use for all my kitchen towel needs. So I'm kind of fucking up my kitchen towel by using it like this, but it's fine. Yeah, so I think once we're done cooking the onions and the jalapenos, we'll definitely have to add a shitload more coals because we're going to have to get it like ripping hot for the deep frying eventually. All right, so I think while we just kind of sit here and just wait for that to do its thing, is we're going to prep the next part, which I believe is the potatoes, right? Because we're going to be adding some hash browns to this breakfast burrito. Yeah, so let's work on that because we got to not only slice and dice the potato, but we also got to like soak it in water as well because we're going to have to like remove the starch so it's extra crispy. That's a thing apparently. Okay, so there we go. What are we deep frying? Well, this is exactly what we're deep frying right here. Is we're going to be deep frying a shredded potato to turn it into hash browns. Cowboy Kent's recipe includes hash browns inside of his breakfast burrito, which is not normally something I'd put inside of a breakfast burrito, but honestly, the thought of like, I've never thought of doing it, but like putting hash browns in a breakfast burrito does sound pretty tasty, so that is what we're going to do. Alright, let me take out the peeler here. I'm sure I forgot something, by the way, today that'll be like a vital thing for what I need to make this recipe, but so far at least I've nailed it and I've brought everything that I've needed, but that luck I'm sure will only last for so long. Now, as far as where I peel this, well, this is organic, so I'm just going to peel this onto the ground. It's fine. Something biodegradable. Okay. Now, I guess in theory I could even leave the skin on if I wanted to for hash browns. It's not like the skin is not like you couldn't have the skin on there, I guess, when you're deep frying it, but I feel like more traditionally you skin the potato first. Hold on. Maybe I shouldn't be doing all these potato shavings like right where next to where I'm walking the entire time. I guess that occurred to me. Maybe do it like over here. There we go. Okay. Whoa! You didn't see that. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. 5-second rule. It's fine. All right. Like it never happened. All right. Okay. There we go. It's good. All right. The potatoes are slippery once you peel them, okay? Get off my dick. All right. All right. All right. Anyways, we need to peel this shit. So I'll get that going. It's rather mushy. These are going to be very thick hash browns with this, I guess the size of these shreds that this grater creates, but that's okay. I don't necessarily mind some thick hash browns anyways. It's full of dog shit now. It's fine. It's going to get deep fried. That'll sanitize it, right? It's fine. Now, this recipe only calls for 1 potato's worth of hash browns, so this doesn't feel like it's a lot, but I'm going to hashtag trust the process and trust the recipe. Ugh. All right, getting cold, plus we should probably check on the jalapenos and onions. If anything, I got to give them a nice little good mix in here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're doing their thing. Definitely getting nice and soft, so they're definitely cooking, no doubt about that. Question is, will this get hot enough for deep frying? That I am not sure about yet, but this is at least going well. I can tell you that. You can barely see inside of there, so that's a good sign. Nice and hot. Booty. Okay, let that keep doing its thing. Nice. Okay, finally. Thank God this is finally working. Thank God it's actually finally. It's deciding to cook and things are actually happening instead of just sitting there where I'm watching a pot of water trying to wait for it to boil. That's never great, both for cooking of your meal and for content. Landmine stew? Whoa. Yeah, so what we're going to be doing is we got to dry off these potato shreds because, according to Cowboy Kent, got to make sure your potato peelings are nice and dry for extra crispiness once you finally deep fry it. Got to get the starch out of there, evidently, is the thing. So that's what we're going to try to do. I don't have a ton of, I've got some water with me, but not like a ton, but we're supposed to be like repeatedly soaking these potatoes in water and then draining and soaking again. Hopefully I've got enough water. There is like a little water spout at this park that I'm in where I could get more water if I needed, but it's kind of far away from where I'm at right now, so I'd rather not have to go walk all the way over if I don't have to. Okay, hand is getting very cold. These inside this potato is quite wet, and it's getting a little windy out here too. Okay. All right, well, down to like this little potato thing. I think we'll just kind of take the knife here and chop it up into small-ish little chunks and call that good enough. Hoi, come on. Okay, whatever. Oh, hands are cold. Okay. Oh, hands are cold. Okay. All right, it's fine. It's fine. The starch will also cause the oil to splatter? Sure, okay, well, regardless, we're going to try to remove it. That's what Cowboy Kent told us to do. By the way, Cowboy Kent does not sound like that. It's more like Cowboy Kent. There we go. It's not like deep southern cowboy like I'm making it sound like. All right, large bowl. Got our other ghetto bowl here, of course. Nice. All right, potato chunks. Let's see if we can just kind of directly transfer these into the bowl. Oh! All right. Yeah, cool. So, there we go. There's our future hash browns. Looking nice and shredded. And let's soak her up. A piece of potato on my phone. There we go. All right, now, like I said, I'm going to try my best to not use up all of this water simply because it's a long-ass walk to get more. I brought this entire jug. I thought like that'd be plenty. Turns out maybe not. All right. So you're supposed to get it apparently to the point where it's the water's no longer cloudy. So that's still very cloudy right there as far as I can tell, but that's okay. We've got a strainer, our ghetto-ass strainer that is probably well over a decade old at this point, and it definitely shows. Not exactly pristine, but it'll get the job done. Once again, why am I doing this right where I'm walking? Should I do this in a place where it's not going to be, like, super muddy now? Yeah, probably. But I'm not a smart man. Okay. Bourbon hash browns? Unfortunately, the bourbon bottle is already very empty. But that actually... when I was considering doing, like, remember the booze giving stream that I did? The one where we cooked, like, every dish that had with booze in it? I was considering doing bourbon mashed potatoes. That was actually kind of a finalist as far as what I was thinking of maybe cooking for that. I ended up going with the bourbon sweet potato casserole instead, just because I thought it was a little more interesting. But I looked up recipes. Bourbon sweet potatoes is absolutely a thing if you wanted it to be. All right, let's check on the... I gotta imagine the onions and jalapenos are probably being chillin' at this point. Probably about Gucci, I would think. Let's see. Oh, come on. All right. Whoa, Jesus. That's a lot of steam. Oh yeah, I've definitely used these tongs already for charcoal. Oh well. Okay, yeah, we're looking pretty good in here. Looking pretty good. I know you probably can't see all that well because it's a shitload of steam, but these are nice and softened up. I'm going to give them a tiny bit longer, but we are almost Gucci there. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. All right, so letting these potatoes soak a little bit more. Let's drain these again. It's a little further back this time. Definitely just sounds like I'm pissing on the ground when I dump this out, but it's fine, it's fine. Okay. Let's just do another soak, I guess. I don't know how many times you have to like redo this over and over until it's like considered Gucci, but at least 3 times I feel like is probably reasonable. The water's definitely clearer like now than like compared to the first time. Let me just show you. It's now like to the point where it's not exactly pristine or anything, but it's you probably can't even see all that well, but it's not giga cloudy like it was the first time. So clearly we've gotten a lot of starch off the potatoes, which is good because that evidently helps out with the crispiness, according to Cowboy Kent. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, nope, not here. There we go. All right. All right, now we're looking pretty good. Okay. All right, so next up we just need to literally put these off to the side, let them dry for a little while on the plate with paper towels, so let's do that. Plates. Alright. 7's probably good? Yeah, I don't have enough water for 7 times, so we're going to call this many times good enough. I can tell you that this time around the water was like mostly not cloudy. Not completely not cloudy, but mostly not cloudy. So, yeah, it should be fine. Alright. Get the paper towels. Now, admittedly, in the recipe it says don't use paper towels to dry off the potatoes because it's not going to get them dry enough. You should be using like some sort of towel, like tea towel is what it said. I don't know what the fuck a tea towel is, but I got paper towels and that's it. So, oh, okay, come on out. We're using paper towels. Fuck it. Is it going to be absolutely perfect according to Cowboy Kent? No. Will it get the job done well enough? I certainly hope so. All right. The drier these get, evidently, the crispier they'll be once we ultimately deep fry them. So, obviously, crispy hash browns are preferable. Nobody wants soggy hash browns. That's definitely not ideal. Okay. Pat these down a little bit. Okay. And then now we'll just let them do their thing. Let's, I guess, cover them on top with paper towels as well. Yeah, let's put something on top of there to make sure it doesn't fly away. And what will that be? Oh, I guess the shredder will work. Or the peeler, whatever. Okay. Hey. Hey. Okay. Stay. Dry. Okay, cool. That one off to the side. Yeah, I'm not working with a ton of space here. You can't see my full table space right now, but it's kind of a clusterfuck already. I was planning on working on that park bench that would have much more space, so this is a little cramped, but it's all right. Are we pogging? I mean, it was a bit of a rough start, I'll say that, but we're recovering. Okay, so let's. I think the jalapenos and onions got to be done. At this point, we're calling them done regardless of how they're looking. And last time we checked, they were looking pretty good, so that's the good news. All right, what do we got? All right, there we go. Where do I put the lid for now? I guess just like... That works. Okay. Cool. So these are definitely nice and cooked. Cool. Awesome. That should hopefully be something we can turn into essentially a paste. All right, I need to put this lid somewhere else. I guess it's just on this other grill. Yeah, by the way, originally I was planning on creating another cooking surface on the other grill. So we could have two at once. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So if anything, if we need to have two cooking surfaces at the same time, I guess we'll just use the propane stove as the other one. But I'm worried I don't even have enough charcoal to last the rest of this one, let alone the other one. All right. Let's put the cooked shit in here. How do I get it out? I don't actually have a spoon. That was a bit of a unfortunate overlooked thing. Okay, hold on, I got an idea. I have a second rag. Let's just pour it. Oh, yeah. Really should have just brought like a metal spoon, but that would require me being smart. All right. Hoi. All right, come on. Okay, that's like some of it, most of it. It's tiring work, dude. Okay, and scoop out the rest of this. And then we can get started on the deep frying portion. Oh, shit. Trying to like scrape all the good shit off of this. Here, you know what? I got an idea. Okay, that's not a good idea. Never mind. I was gonna say just use the grate as a nice little surface there, but nah. How hot are these little legs right here? I mean, kind of hot. All right, let me just place this on here real quick. Whatever. Okay. Try my best not to melt the table, but if we have some collateral damage, then so be it. This table's taken more of a beating in the past year than it intended to anyways, so what's a little bit more? All right. Yeah, like I said, this recipe required that I like use a blender to blend up all these cooked onions and jalapenos, but these onions and jalapenos are kind of like mushy enough to the point already where as long as I just stir them up with a fork, it should be more than adequate already. Let me just show you. That's what we're looking at right there. All right, give a little taste test just for the boys. Make sure, a little quality control, you know. I mean, I could literally just put this on top of the burrito as is, and it's already Gucci. Honestly, that's really tasty. I mean, surprise, surprise. Grilled onions and jalapenos mixed together with some garlic powder. Yeah, it tastes good. Who could have guessed? Whew, it's got a kick, though. I'll say that. It's not for the faint of heart. Maybe I just stick with that. Maybe I literally just put that in the burrito. Honestly, man, I'm not even sure I feel the need to add anything extra to that. That's already like really tasty. All right, so now we need to get this ripping hot. We need this like extra fucking hot for the oil. And the original coals here are definitely, they've faded, that's for sure. It was enough to cook the jalapenos and the onions, but we need some more heat here, so we need a healthy amount of new coals, I'd say, not just a few. All right, now, man, this is, oh geez, I might have to reignite this. I don't even know if this is still hot enough to ignite these coals right here. Is that a Starbucks cup holster in the coals? Whoa. Oh, yeah, it actually is. This was already here when I got here, but yeah. Yeah, we'll use this as extra fuel for the fire. Fuck it. All right, so we need to catch this shit on fire. Come on, baby. I mean, we can always, I guess, use our fire starters to encourage these to catch fire. But yeah, because at the moment, we've kind of used up the original coals that we had originally lit already. And it doesn't help that most of these are so ashed over that it's kind of insulating the heat from these new ones. All right, come on, baby. I actually, okay, maybe what I'll do is I'll just put the cast iron right over this because that historically is enough to insulate the heat and get this shit reignited. Actually, that's probably going to be what we're going to do here. All right, let me just do that. All right, get the Starbucks thing on top of there. Just because, I don't know, fuck it, why not? All right, so if we put this back on here, see what happens. Fire! Also, I have no way to keep this, like, kind of the onion and jalapeno mixture warm, but eventually we'll just add it back into the burrito, and in theory it'll get nice and hot again once it's inside the burrito. All right. Come on. It's got to get nice and... Trying to get this nice and stable. Good enough. All right. Come on, baby. Need you to relight, please. I see more smoke. That's a good sign. We just need to use enough of the old residual heat to light these new coals, and then we're bing chillin'. They have not lit yet, I can tell you that for sure. But it's smoking, so that's probably a good sign. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. I'm seeing some embers down there. Throw cam for you boys. Breakfast burritos at 3 p.m. Yeah, shut up. It's brunch. Very late brunch. This is still pretty precarious right here. Come on, baby. Oh, shit. You can see that Starbucks thing's on fire, so clearly it's still hot in there. Okay, there we go. There we go. Come on. It's a little tricky trying to get this laying resting on top of this in a way that's like stable. Ideally you want like a flat surface, right? But easier said than done. Okay, come on. Oh, okay, ooh, here we go. Okay, that's pretty good right there. That's pretty good. Sort of. Kind of. Not really, but alright, whatever. We're going to call that close enough, maybe. We're literally prepping this for deep frying. So, there's a reason why I'm so paranoid about this. We need this to be not like kind of hot, we need this to be really hot. And kind of stable, because I don't want a pot full of boiling oil to be not stable. Right now, it's a little precarious, not gonna lie. It's not ideal. Alright, how's this feeling? Is it hot? Questionable, not gonna lie. Setting the pot on unburnt coals isn't gonna do me any favors. Well, historically what this has done is it helps insulate the heat so that way it lights the coals, and that's what it kind of started to do, but yeah, I mean, I know we're not like, can't cook on this yet, but we're just trying to get it so that the coals get hot again. Trying to make it so that the remaining heat is enough to reignite to ignite the new coals. Which it started off looking pretty good. At the moment, though, it's a little scuffed. Well, we're working on it. Hold on. As I learned last time I tried to cook with charcoal using this technique, this is not exactly what you'd call a fast process when you're trying to get the heat built up. It takes a while. I'm confident that like once I get it to the point where that I want it to be at, I know it can get hot enough because I've used this technique before and it got really hot, like I said. It's just a matter of getting it to that point. Okay. Alright, I know this is not the greatest POV, I guess. Is this a public park? It is, yes. Same one in which I slept in a cardboard box last year. Good times. We add some more coals into that. Yep, we need more. Yeah, it's not hot at all right now. You can see I can literally just put my hands directly on top of that and be fine. Okay. I think we might need to give this a bit more encouragement and just add a fire starter cube to this again. It's not like there isn't any heat left, but not enough to really instantly reignite these, which is kind of what I was hoping for. So, yeah, let's get another fire starter cube. Let's kind of cheat again. Fuck it. I'm shameless. I don't mind cheating a little bit with our fire starting. Okay, here's one. Shameless. Here is another one. All right. Bury these inside of here. Oh, it's getting smoky. All right. They're on fire, but let's get one more, and then I've got like the little trifecta in there. And then we'll just get a match out, light that shit on fire, and I think we'll be chilling. Okay, that one here. All right. A match. Gotta give this a little helping hand, you know? Oh, there we go. Shit. All right, nice. Just took like a little tiny bit of encouragement from the match, and we're being chillin'. Okay, cool. Hey. All right, nice. And just like that, we're back, baby. We pogging? I think we're pogging. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, cool. Let me clean off these tongs a little bit because we were trying to also use these for cooking later. Like I'm gonna try to use these to take out the hash browns out of the pot, and I don't want it covered in ash. That would suck. Oh. Okay. Now, I think we'll have to wait at least a little bit so that way the coals here can reignite. But I'm fairly confident that once we put the cast, like based on how this went before, once we put the cast iron over those like kind of suboptimal coals and it got nice and hot, I think once we put this over it and then we put the oil in there, I think we'll be being chilling. I think we'll be fine with deep frying. Like there's no way to know for sure. Like obviously I can't say with absolute certainty that's going to work, but I think it will. Also, yeah, this tea, ice cold at this point. Not ideal. Tastes fine. Did I watch the NASCAR series on Netflix? Got you pumped for next NASCAR stream? I didn't. I heard that it came out. Maybe I'll give it a shot at some point. I don't know. All right. Put the mug on the fire. Yeah, I don't know about that one, dude, but I'd say we've successfully reignited our charcoal fire. That's the good news. I like that. I like that. All right, yeah, it's definitely time for another snot rocket. Let me just take care of this real quick. Oh. Oh. Ah. That was nice. Okay. All right, am I impatient for wanting to just put the cast iron pot on now? Help, like, insulate the heat or some shit? That'll probably work, right? If anything, like, well, as the flames are going, it's going to get hotter still. We'll add the oil, and so that way we can kind of just tell. I didn't bring any flour, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to tell when the oil is, like, definitely heated enough. But, all right, that's even, like, a really stable surface to work on. Cool. All right. I think we're chilling. Just push it down just in case. Okay, yeah, we're chilling. Cool. All right, let's, I'm going to just, like, toss some oil in there. Fuck it, dude. And we'll, actually, you know what, let me... That's in such a good spot already, though. Nah, fuck it, I'll just leave it as is. Let's add some oil, because we got to get this oil heated up for deep frying. We're going to pretty much add all of it. That's even not really what I'd call enough, but that's all the oil we have left, so fuck it, that's enough. And we'll deep fry the hash browns in there. All right. Very impatient? Yeah, well, that could describe me to a T. Impatient streamer does impatient things while cooking impatiently. What time is it even? How long have I been streaming now? It's almost 2 hours. I was expecting to be done in like 3 at most. So, if anything, I don't want it to get dark. So we gotta speed this process along, all right, boys? We don't have all day. We only have another like 2 hours of sunlight left. So let's not just like take our time too much. Speedruns cooking also, chef's kiss? Yes, sir. The faster you cook something, the better it's going to taste, right? I think that's how that works. All right, now in the meantime, let's check up on the potatoes, see if they're nice and... let's see if they're nice and dried out at this point so we can get ready to deep fry them. Now, there's not too much more I think that we have to prep. The rest of the stuff that we're ultimately going to have to use is mostly just kind of good as is. So we'll have like bacon that we're going to have to do. We'll have sausage that we'll have to do. Eggs, but that's easy. The salsa, I'm kind of getting to the point where it's just like the onion plus jalapeno mix is just like fine enough as is. Just tossed directly into the burritos, and that's like already good enough because they're already looking nice and tasty and smell good and taste good. So I think that's what we'll do. What else do I need? Hash browns, but like obviously we're working on that. And is there anything else that we'll add eventually? I don't think so. I think that'll be it. So I think we're okay. I think we've gotten like kind of the... Well, I was going to say we've gotten the hard part over with. That's absolutely not true. We absolutely need to deep fry the hash browns, and that's probably the hardest part, honestly. But okay, let's do the strat. Let's put that lid over there. We've used that strap before when we were doing the fish and chips to heat up the oil faster, so we know it sort of works. I don't know. Okay. Let's check on the potatoes. Let's see how they're doing. See if we need to like add like another layer of paper towel, because I'm sure the initial layer is probably kind of damp at this point, so maybe we need to add like a new layer to get them even further dried out. Yeah, these are still a little moist, so okay, here's what we're going to do. Let's get another plate, transfer them over to a new one. Oh, you can't see this? Hold on. Let's transfer this to a new plate. Ooh. Cold and dark? Yeah. I'm not trying to cook in the absolute darkness of a February night in Indiana. That would suck. I did bring my light just in case stuff went horribly wrong and it did get dark, but I would really, really prefer that it be, okay. I'd really prefer that there's still daylight outside when I finish the shit. Plus it'd be a little weird to eat breakfast burritos if the sun is already set. Would kind of go against the entire theme of breakfast. I know we're already seriously pushing it as it is, but as long as the sun is still up, you can kind of sort of still call it brunch, right? Kind of. All right, let's just kind of, here we go. Here's how we're going to do this. Okay, ready? Put that there, that on top of that, and just kind of go, all right. That worked out well enough. Okay. Breakfast for dinner, yes sir. Hey, I'm not above having breakfast for dinner. I've had breakfast burritos in the past for dinner when I'm especially when you're in that situation where your apartment is desperately low on food and you kind of just have to scrounge together whatever you happen to have lying around. I've not been above making myself a breakfast burrito for dinner before. And honestly, a breakfast burrito really at any time of the day is going to hit good. It's not like it needs to be the morning for it to taste good, right? Yeah. All right. Oh. God, I hope all this works. The heat source is always the biggest question mark, right? And at least at the moment, the heat source is seemingly gonna be okay, but I'm still admittedly a bit paranoid that the deep frying process is not gonna work well enough here, but I hope so. Oh shit, Joel. Sorry, yeah, Joel and Joel have had to kind of take a back seat in this entire experience because we've been too preoccupied with making sure this fire's hot enough. But I promise you, they're still here. Joel's still here. He's chilling. He's still chilling. All right. Hey, buddy. What's up? Okay, let's check on the oil, shall we? Let's see how we're looking. Probably not hot enough yet, but I mean, there's not that much oil in there, so... Well, I say it's not hot enough. I can kind of see some bubblies in there already, so hold on, wait a minute. Put this lid, though, in the meantime. Here, I guess? Okay, sure. Let me just toss a little shred of potato in there and see what happens. Lift you up a bit, chat. There we go. Buy one of those charcoal chimneys for $15. I know what you're talking about, but historically I haven't had too much of an issue igniting charcoal. That's not been a problem. Okay, that didn't sizzle at all when I threw it in there, so yeah, definitely not hot enough yet. But surely we'll get there, right? Surely. All right. Let me just look underneath and make sure it's still somewhat ignited. Oil looks hot as fuck. I kind of thought it was looking pretty hot too, but it's not there yet. Not there yet. Let me do a bit more adjusting, I guess, of the coals underneath here. I know it's probably not really going to do that much good, but I can't help but be a little ADHD about this. Just get them nice and tight underneath the pot. Come on, baby. God, I hope this works. If this doesn't get hot enough to the point where I can't deep fry the hash browns, like, we're in trouble. I'll be honest, because I don't really have another reliable way to deep fry this stuff. On the one hand, like, I did bring the propane stove, which is always my backup, like, reliable, like, this will definitely work sort of thing. But we saw earlier, like, that wasn't even enough to heat up the, like, to boil water. So, okay, hold on, wait a minute. I see some little bubblies in there. So, here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to take another little scenic view of the woods, nothing else. Just inspect the scenery around me, okay? And then we'll test this again. I think we're getting there. I think so. It's probably not going to be, I'm going to be honest, probably not optimally crispy. It's not going to be the golden, crispiest, crunchiest hash browns you've ever had in your life. But are they going to be hopefully good enough? That's what we're going for, all right? So, all right, I'll be right back, chat. I'm going to check out the woods a little more. Okay. The woods have successfully been surveyed. I gotta say, it's great to be a guy. The woods are so much easier to survey when you're a guy. If you're a gal in this world, I'm sorry, surveying the woods is so much more difficult. All right. Get the microphone back on here. Come on. Oh, there we go. All right. Am I at a park or a campground? It's just a public park. This, if you, there's not like a wide view of it right now, but if you saw last year's stream, you might recognize this place as the infamous cardboard box camping stream. Now, we're not doing any cardboard box camping today. We're just cooking, but that being said, it is the same site, so. All right, let's check on the oil, shall we? Okay, how we doing? I can see some bubbles in there. That's a good sign. Let me just drop a little piece of potato and see what happens. Okay. All right. I mean, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's definitely doing its thing. What I'm going to have to do, though, is drop in all the potatoes and then put the lid on. But you know what? But the problem is when I put in these potatoes, it's going to really cool the oil down like a lot. So, Also, it's getting windy, and that is not helping either. I mean, I'm tempted to just add more coals if I'm being completely honest. I don't know. How hot is this? It's not, well... Man, is it hot enough? Let me just... It's pretty hot. Yeah, well... Can't help but doubt this, you know? I can't help but wonder, like, should I add more coals? That's the, needs more air. No, I mean, there is air underneath it. That's why it's like, this This cast iron stove is like one that has like the little legs underneath, so that way it doesn't just sit directly on top of the coals. It's like propped up a little bit. So I don't think that's a problem, but coals are burning through so fast. Yeah, they really are, dude. They really are. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna add a few more coals on top of there, just because this is the part where I need it to be the hottest. The rest of this, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be as hot, the rest of the cooking part, but this part specifically needs to be like ripping hot because we're deep frying, right? So I don't want soggy hash browns, or at least I'm trying to avoid soggy hash browns. So let's see here. Okay, come on, baby. Hopefully it's hot enough to the point where those coals just instantly ignite. We'll see. If they don't, that's a bad sign. Yeah, I know you can't see it, but are those coals igniting? Are they doing their thing? Buddy? We want to see flames around this. Why is this working so much worse than last time? Last time, man, this worked so well. Oh, actually, you know why? I think now okay. I do actually realize what the difference is. Last time we had these coals sitting on top of a grate, so it had air coming up underneath it, is what it was, and that gave it more ventilation. Oh, okay. Now I kind of get it. That's why it works so much. Oh, yeah, that's what it was. There was more airflow last time because we had coals sitting on top of a grate, so it had air come up underneath it as well. Well, it's a little late to solve that problem, isn't it? I mean, we have a grate on top of this grill, obviously, but and we do have the coals sitting on top of like a aluminum foil thing, so we could, in theory, pick them up. It'd be dangerous as fuck. Get firewood from the woods. That's what we did last time. Trying to think if there's a way like I could successfully transfer these to the coals. Make one full layer of coals and put the grate on it. What? Tin foil isn't warm? Well, I mean, I get that. I would have to like... Man, come on, baby. All right, let me just inspect the oil one more time. But yeah, I don't think those coals that I just put on really instantly ignited or anything, which is a bad sign. I'm learning. Funny thing is, like last time I thought I had this nailed, but I didn't realize the whole putting the coals on top of the grate. Gonna lose a lot of heat if I move everything? Yeah, of course I will. I'm concerned about running out of charcoal now. I don't know if this is hot enough though, like as is. Not sure if it can get hot. Like it was hot enough before to cook the other stuff, but for deep frying specifically, like, it's a little more questionable, obviously. Okay, well, chat, this is a conundrum. Do we stick with the fire that we have? Well, fire. And try to make that work, or do we go with like we put coals on top of the grate, which is a method we know works better, but risk losing all the heat we have right now and then not having enough charcoal left to cook this. Firewood bushcraft stream? Shit. That is a conundrum, isn't it? Put more coals and fan it with something. I mean, the wind is enough to fan it. I can tell you that right now. It's not like we're short on fanning. Like, there's plenty of wind to kind of move the air around a bit, but... All right, let's just add more coals on top of this, see what happens. But yeah, these burn through so fast, like Rogue BBR said. These just like so quickly just turned into nothing. And this bag of charcoal that I have is probably 3/4 empty at this point, which is a bad sign. See if those ignite. They probably won't, which means that we might have to get the fire starters back out. Pour some oil directly on the fire. I mean, that is an option, but I think that'll just smother it more than it'll actually do anything to ignite it more. Okay. Those are not lighting. That is a bad sign. Sag. Incorrect charcoal. Please use big green egg bran lump charcoal. What? The wind is enough. All right, fine. I'll do some blowing. Spoiler alert, nothing's happening. Alright, here's what we'll do. Fire starters? I only have 3 left, that's not good. Put 1 in here. See how much that helps. We're gonna once again cheat, just light that fire starter. What the fuck are you watching? We're watching Man Tries to Figure Out Fire in 2024. Man already invented fire thousands of years... okay, just broke that match. Man already invented fire thousands of years ago, yet you're watching a person still struggle to figure out how it works and struggle to make it work. And to even make it work with matches. Awesome. Okay, whatever. Man, I thought I had it so down pat after last time I did the charcoal stream with the chili. I thought there was no possible way that this could go wrong this time because I was like, okay, I know exactly how this works now, but you know, it's never a guarantee, is it? It does make you appreciate the first world comforts of like having just a stove that you know for sure will work when you just flip the switch, right? All right, let's see if that does anything. Okay, come on, fire starter. That should hopefully be the impetus for something. Next time, just make spaghetti. Yeah, great. That'll be a short cooking stream. All right. Now, in theory, what they want to do is to ignite the rest of the stuff underneath, because otherwise that doesn't do us any good. It looks impressive, but it doesn't mean anything unless the other coals now get ignited. Ooh. Ow. Okay, that's hot. Well, alright, it's not completely cold, I can tell you that. Come on, man. I just want to fry some hash browns. That's all I want to do, man. Please. Is that too much to ask for? Just some crispy potatoes. Is that asking too much? We're here to watch the struggle. I'm not trying. I was so confident, honestly, this time around. I was so confident, like, oh yeah, I know exactly how to make this work this time. There's no way this could possibly go this wrong this time around, yet here we are. Here we are. Question is that igniting the rest? Is it helping it ignite the rest? Is it creating more heat underneath? Like I said, it looks impressive, but maybe I should blow on this now. Come on, baby. I can't tell if this is doing anything, to be honest. Pour some gasoline in on it. Yeah, great. Legitimately have no idea if this is actually doing anything or accomplishing anything that we're trying to make it do. Oil doesn't look like it's sizzling, so that's a bad sign. Ideally, need to get that heat more centered. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. All right, raise this up. Raise this little cube that's on fire. We know that. Okay, put this in the middle. Come on. All right, now that's more in the middle. That'll do something, right? Put the grill above the fire like an oven rack. Put the grill just above the fire like an oven rack. No, that will definitely not do anything. We learned our lesson last time. When I tried to do this last time, that's exactly what I did, and it did not work. The heat transfer was nowhere close to good enough. Keep in mind, this is a cast iron stove that's meant for camping, like cooking over coals. It's got legs underneath it, so that way it creates some separation between the coals and the pot. So it's already made to give the coals some airflow. But the problem is if you have it too far separated, like over a grate, then there's not enough heat and nothing cooks. Like I said, learned that lesson last time. Not like we have a ton of heat though at the moment, and we know why. It's because last time we had the coals sitting on a grate, and this time it's sitting just on a metal surface, and that's making it so that's not insulated, or it's making it so that there's not enough airflow. Oh, this is frustrating, dude. The backup solution, like I said, is we transfer all these coals to the top of this grate. But we're going to lose a lot of heat in the process, and we'll probably run out of charcoal if we do that, which is concerning. But at this point, we might not have a choice, to be honest, because at this point, if this doesn't work, then it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't think that's working. Okay, you know what? We're going to go with plan B. We're going to try to transfer these coals. Which is probably a terrible idea, but I have no other options at this point, so we're going to try it. All right, fuck it. Oh, okay. This is going to go poorly, I'm sure. All right, take that off for now. Pot of hot oil. Okay. All right, here's how we're going to make it work. Okay. All right, might have to do this entire process all over again or restart the coals again, but this at least will ensure that we have some better airflow underneath the pot, which has been a problem this entire time. We know at least that this works because we made this work last time, and this is the only difference between this time and last time. But get the feeling we're going to lose a lot of our heat here, which means that might have to just put on a shitload of new coals to restart the fire, and that ultimately might mean we just run out of coals, which would kind of be GG. But we'll see. Man figures out fire in 2024. That's content, baby. Swear to God, I just want to eat breakfast burritos, dude. That's all I'm asking for. I don't even care that it's not breakfast time anymore. I just want to eat it. I'm hungry. Okay. That's most of the remaining coals left. The rest is just a pile of ash. Whoa, come on. Come on. Okay. Now. All right. Okay. Now that we have these just sitting here, and hopefully I guess another thing this does is it makes it so that there's not a bunch of, there's more coals. Yeah, there's not like a giant pile of just ash sitting here, because like there's some coals that I can just see just got buried in ash that still have some life in them still, but they weren't able to light anymore because they were just too busy being like in basically a pile of... Okay, so yeah, Rogue BBR was saying earlier, like, okay, they seem to be burning through so quickly. They didn't actually all disappear that quickly, they just got buried in this ash. Alright, okay, now I kind of get it. Now I understand what was going on here. And now I kind of understand why it's kind of vital that you... Look at that, it's literally just back on fire. Okay. Okay, here we go. We've kind of figured out the problem. And now all of a sudden, poggers, this shit's on fire again. Who could have seen that coming? I'm going to go and say we made the right call in that case. Yeah, okay. I was worried about running out of charcoal, but now I'm realizing, like, the vast majority of the coals are still in here. They were just... And this is why it wasn't working. There's too much ash. But now the ash just falls through the grate whenever it's turned into, well, you know, ash. And now, all of a sudden, the coals don't get smothered. Oh, what a concept. Imagine that. Also, I can't see chat right now. I'm sorry if you're saying things right now. I promise that I'll be back to responding soon, but I just gotta... We're playing Operation Rescue the Fire, and at the moment, at least, we're actually being somewhat successful. I feel like I'm pulling victims out of the burning building right now, or perhaps the collapsed building, like a firefighter on 9/11 pulling victims out of the giant building. Maybe that's in bad taste, but it's basically just as heroic. Oh, I'm getting ash in my eyes. Okay. Come on. The firefighters on 9/11 could do it, so can you, streamer. Alright, here we go. Yes. Okay, now I'm less worried about running out of coal. Okay, because we still, turns out, have actually plenty. We just didn't know, because we couldn't see it. Look at all these charcoal bits that were still ready to go, that just didn't have a chance to do their thing. Oh! Okay. Use a magnifying glass to make the coals hotter. So yeah, here we go. If we add some new coals to this now, on top of what we already got, I guarantee you, we're going to have a ripping fire now. Now we're big chillin'. Yes, sir. Alright, that's, I think, the major bits of coal that were left. Oh, hold on, one more. There we go. Okay. And now, let's just add a few more new ones. Come on. Sorry, this is supposed to be Clueless Bachelor cooking, not Clueless Bachelor fire maintenance, but... Sometimes that's the way she goes sometimes. Alright. Couple new coals. Just a few. Whatever. Alright, maybe more than a few. Just... I don't have that many left, so I gotta conserve this shit, but... The airflow's already made a huge difference. Coals that were not on fire before, all of a sudden, igniting, so... Okay. 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 Alright, okay. Alright, chat. If this doesn't work, we're fucked, so pray to God this works. Alright? I have probably... I don't know. 15 bricks left in this bag right here. It's gonna have to be enough. Look at that, the fire wanted oxygen. Yeah, I mean, now I'm realizing the mistake that I made. Now I'll know in the future, always like have the charcoal placed on top of a grate and not just like sitting there on a flat surface. You know, that's the shit that like you kind of just have to learn by doing this shit on the fly, right? But, okay. Once we insulate this more with the cast iron, I think we'll be good to go. Maybe. That's what a chimney is for? Well, yeah, to ignite the charcoal, sure, but it's not going to do anything. Like, once you have to pour it onto the whatever surface it's sitting on. The ignition part has not been our issue. It's been the maintaining it. Keeping it burning, you know? Okay. So now let's put this on top best we can. Oh, it's still hot there on the side. Alright. Whoa. Careful, SpongeBob. Alright, there we go. Then you can do it on a flat surface? Well, whatever, dude. I'm not exactly cooking on charcoal super often, so... Meh. It's just something that I gotta figure out on the fly, and that's something that we're doing right now. Okay. Okay, is that doing its thing? Think so. Maybe. Possibly. Question mark. Only thing that's a little bit rougher is like making the coals lay on a surface that's not perfectly flat. But still seems better. All right, burn, baby. That's why it has a lip. What? Put it on the lid so I actually put some on the lid. Oh, as in like, well, no, we're gonna have to take the lid off eventually to add in the stuff for deep frying. Yes, I know. If you're trying to like turn it into like an oven environment, then yeah, I agree. That, yeah, that's what you want to do. You put the coals on top, but we're not trying to make this into an oven. All we're trying to do is make it so it gets hot enough for the deep frying part. Got to get the oil that's already been inside for quite a while now to deep frying temperatures. Alright, well, I guess I can check inside and see how we're looking. The lack of flames is still a little disturbing. Like, I know, like, charcoal's not supposed to be just, like, constantly flaming it on fire, but the fresh ones should, at least in theory, ignite briefly. All right, there we go. Well, I think it's going. Maybe. Question mark. Let's see how the oil's looking. What's he cooking? Well, I'm trying to make breakfast burritos, but we're having some serious issues getting enough heat for actual cooking, which is not a problem I anticipated, to be completely honest. We've got all the ingredients mostly prepped. Now it's just a matter of getting the shit hot enough. Yeah, it's not there. It's not there. Well, I apologize for the scuffiness, boys. I was kind of hoping today would be a pretty quick and easy process, but turns out fire's a finicky thing, man. Does, like I said earlier, make you does make you appreciate the modern comforts of using just a stove that heats up on demand. Streamer about to hit Taco Bell to get that breakfast burrito. Yeah. If I'd started putting the charcoal on the grate like I did the last time from the start, I know with almost near certainty that it would have worked perfectly. Okay, now it's starting to get in there. Let me blow a little bit, but I think I can see it heating up there in the middle, which is what you want, right? You want that nice glowing like center. Okay, there we go. I think it's okay. Okay, hold on. We're almost there. I swear to God, we're almost there. I can see the center glowing up to be like the molten lava look that you're looking for, which is something that we were struggling with earlier. So as long as I insulate this a little more with a couple more bricks, and I know, like, oh, don't have more bricks, that's not going to help, but, oh, shit. All right. So tempted to just like stick my finger in there so that way I can just, oh yeah, it'll be easier to move the charcoal around, but I'm thinking better of it. I'm a smart man, I swear. Alright. Now let's open her up and see how the oil's doing. Now I get the feeling we could actually be getting there. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe. It's windy as hell, which might actually be a good thing as far as stoking the flames. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Is that wind helping? Maybe? I don't know. Hard to tell whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. My birthday gift will be fire-related, a blowtorch? Well, oh, nope, 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 nope. Okay, we're good, we're good. All right. Let's check the oil again. I know you can't really see it. I know, like, from your POV, it looks the same. It hasn't really gotten any better, but I swear, like, you can see the inside and you can see, like, more of the molten lava center of the charcoal core that it's supposed to look like. All right. Nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, shit. Go out in the woods and start a fire underneath it? That's a little late for that, dude. A little late for that. Light the gas burner and fire up the pot. What could possibly go wrong by doing that, huh? Ooh. tempted to put one more of those fire starters in there, but realistically, I'm not sure that's going to actually do anything. Let me feel the temperature in here. Does it at least feel hot? Yeah, it does. Well, sort of. The cast iron itself is like definitely warm to hot, but not. I can touch it, right? It's not that bad. What am I cooking? Well, I'm trying to cook breakfast burritos, dude. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. But at the moment, to be completely honest, it's going shockingly poorly. Having some serious struggles with getting this hot enough, which I honestly didn't see coming. I legitimately thought that after last charcoal experience with the pumpkin chili that we had this kind of figured out. But might as well call it dinner. Whatever, man. At this point, I just want this to work. I don't really care what you want to call it. I just want this to work. I want to cook. I want to get to the point where I can actually cook and not just be trying to stoke a fire this entire time. It sucks. Whoa. Funny thing is, I don't even have that much oil in there. It's like a very, very thin layer, so it's not shouldn't be that difficult to heat up. Lots of heat being lost through the lid. Okay, Fox Donuts, here, I'll ask you this question. I put a shitload of coals on the lid, okay? And then now I need to take the lid off and put all the stuff inside of there to be able to actually, deep fry the potatoes that are not inside yet. And then what do? You take off all the coals off the lid, take the lid off, put the potatoes back in, put the lid back on, put all the coals back on? Like, sorry, man. We're not trying to make this an oven. We're just trying to make this a pot that heats from the bottom. Doesn't need to be heated from the top. Oh my God, dude. I get what you guys are saying. If it was already to the point, if I was cooking something like more like oven style, then yes, obviously that's what you use with the little lip on top. I'm not dumb. I know what the lip on top is for. But I need to get it hot enough inside to put stuff inside first before I want to put the coals on top. All right. Let me toss a little test shred in there. Let's see if anything happens when I toss in the a little tester thing. Ooh. Okay, shit. I mean, that is actually bubbling up a little bit. Now, I think if I put all the potatoes in here, it's gonna cool it down too much. But this one little singular thing in there is cooking up to the point where it's working. So okay, it's getting hot in there. It is getting hot. We just got to give it probably a little bit more time, but it's already to the point where one tiny little shred was already frying up. So okay, all right, later, Rogue BBR. New Rogue's 37. Hell yeah, dude. Lower the bar so lower on the rack. Yeah, I should have done that. You're right, but it's too late now. I could take the pot off. All right, fine. I'll try to do that real quick. Just gotta be careful here because I don't want to fuck over this entire setup. But yes, you're right. If it's sitting a little bit lower, oh, you're right. That might help. Okay, there we go. It's not sitting on top as pretty as it was before. I don't know if what I just did helped or hurt, but we did it. All right, let me add a couple more coals to the outside, and I think at this point we're just going to send it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't, but I'm tired of just sitting here and having nothing happen. And I'm imagining Shad is probably wanting something to happen as well, and I don't blame you. Don't blame you at all. Okay. Oh, come on, man. It's so hard to deal when, like, you can't use your fingers, dude. Using tongs is such an imprecise process. Alright, alright. We're just going to send it. We're going to toss all that shit in. That little tester thing worked okay. Surely the rest will work fine too, right? Alright, fuck it. Let's just do it. Oh, how do I place this? Stay. Alright, well, the potatoes hopefully are dried at this point. They've just been sitting out for a while, so... Okay, here goes nothing. We're doing it live, yes sir. Okay, well, that's... Was I way too paranoid? This seems to be working very well. That's actually really hot. Okay. Well, alright, that's good. Boys, I think we might have been a little too paranoid this entire time. I think it's finally time to start cooking. That's very hot. Although the oil obviously gets cooled down by adding the potatoes in here, so... Maybe I should have done this in 2 batches, but it's a little late now. Fuck it. We're just going to add all this shit in because we are getting impatient. Okay. Alright, alright, okay, alright, okay, alright, okay, alright. Okay, alright. Who's over there min-maxing each briquette? Yeah, well. Apparently it must have done something, because, yeah, these are deep frying alright. I think I will put the lid back on, though, just to maximize the heat process, since that seems to have definitely helped the cause a bit. Okay. Boys, I think this is going to work. After some serious doubting, I think it is actually pretty hot to the point where we're okay. Uh-oh? What's the uh-oh for? So much doubting, dude. Why would you ever doubt me? Clearly I know what I'm doing. Alright. Oh man, I'm tired from standing this entire time. Expected to be sitting at least for some of the prep, so. Also, the poor onions and jalapenos have just been sitting out here ice cold. These were so good when they were warm. Frankly, they still are good. Just cold. Oh, shut the fuck up, Biggie. Oh, well, I could have made this work in an hour. You read the title. It's called Clueless Bachelor Cooking. It's not called Master Chef Cooking or whatever. Alright, well, they're going. They're doing their thing. Alright, so, next up, after those are done, because the hash browns are only yet another small part of what we're doing, let me go back to reading the recipe. It's been a while since I got to do that. So the oil is going cool. Once these are done, we'll crumble in sausage, cook until 3/4 is done, remove the sausage from the skillet, place in a warm spot. You know, we don't have any warm spots, but let's at least get that sausage out that we're going to use, shall we? Not much to prep with the sausage, mostly just going to toss it in there and watch it cook. Got the bacon I'm going to use right here. Poggers. And yes, it's real bacon. It's not turkey bacon, okay? So don't judge me. Okay, and some, here's what we're using for the sausage. It's the old folks country sausage. Hell yeah, brother. I figure if we're trying to go for as country as possible and nice and, I don't know, Midwestern, cowboyish as possible, that's the sausage you want to use, boys. Hell yeah, brothers. All right. Okay. Please tell me these potatoes are looking kind of golden and crispy. Please. Uh, hmm. Obviously the oil is boiling and sizzling, but the question is getting crispy at all? At the moment, the answer is no. These are still exceedingly soggy. I suppose what I should have done is not done this all in one batch, huh? These are just oil-soaked potatoes at the moment. Okay. I guess absolute worst case scenario is we just say fuck the potatoes, but man, that sounds like a good part of the burrito. Not gonna lie. Have to do small batches, then wait for a bit. Next batch. Yeah, in reality, I probably should have done that, but obviously getting impatient. Lid off to let the moisture escape. Alright. I'm just worried it won't be hot enough if I do that, but yeah, okay. I'll give it a shot. Yeah, it's kind of a catch-22, right? Like, you take the lid off, moisture escapes, but then it's not as hot. Put the lid on, it gets hotter, but yeah, you're right, the moisture doesn't go anywhere. I should have done it in smaller batches, but the more you know. Not a great sign. Lid half on. Let it fry for a while. I don't know if this is doing anything, though, is the problem. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's, there's no crisp here. Like, it might be cooking, but it's not what I'd call frying. And I think if the oil's not hot enough, it's never going to get crispy, right? It's just going to get oil logged and not be good. So we might have to just abandon this portion of the recipe and go with the rest of the stuff inside. Because the rest of the stuff is going to be easy to cook. The rest of the stuff is just meat and eggs, which doesn't require particularly high heat, right? Meat, eggs, and like beans. Just it just sucks that we spent so much time on this process only for this to seemingly probably not work. Frying potatoes at home sucks, even the most optimal conditions. I mean, when I did the fish and chip stream, the one where we did the thing over the campfire, that worked amazingly. That was actually really, really, really effective. That was something where we had plenty of heat and we had amazing crispiness. And obviously, you know, we're not using a full-on campfire this time around, so it's expected that it's not going to be maybe as optimal as far as the heating conditions. But I just remember the last time that I did the process here where we cooked using the charcoal and the cast iron stove, or the cast iron Dutch oven, that is. It got like really hot to the point where I was confident, like, yeah, okay, this is more than fine as far as heat is concerned. But I guess you just never know. We're waiting on this, right? We can't move on to the next step until this is done because we're using the same cooking surface for everything. Plus, I can kind of just see and hear that this is losing its heat. That's the problem, right? We took the lid off, and now all of a sudden it just doesn't have enough insulation to keep the heat inside. They're not really fried. He still says the air fryer is the goat for potatoes. Oh, sure, yeah. Let me just pull out my air fryer real quick. All right. Well, I can with a fairly high level of confidence say that it's not going to work. So let's. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this off the coals, dump this into the little pre-prepared jar that I had for the oil. It was originally supposed to just be for the oil, and that'll be for the oil and potatoes, I guess. And we'll just work on cooking the sausage. We'll still have, like, what? Sausage, bacon, eggs, and, like, the onions and jalapenos and some seasonings in there. And, like, it's not going to be a full-on optimal. Man, the hash browns would have just been such a clutch part of it. I'll have to try this again at some point. Maybe we'll just do this again at some point in my own home kitchen and make this properly. But I think... the potatoes are just a lost cause. And yes, smaller X, if you weren't here for the last 3 hours, then you wouldn't know that I dried the potatoes. Let's get out my glass jar for oil holding. Not going to be a bad boy and just dump out all the oil on the ground or anything. Got a little jar for this shit. I guess I'll just do this on the ground. It's PM, 3 p.m. Yes, I'm well. I don't know. Would you guys rather just me end the stream? It's past breakfast time, so I guess I might as well just stop. Oh well. That's the end. Oh well, we tried. Sorry, guys. Leave it cool before it explodes? Yeah, probably. Jar will explode. Yeah, we'll keep it off for a while. We'll stoke the fire a bit while it does this, while it cools down a bit. Man. All right. Yeah, I mean, there's not much heat on it here anymore, so no shocker that it wasn't working super well at that point. Oh, shit. By the way, I'm basically using the last of the coals that I have here, so we're going to have to make this last part work relatively quickly and well, because otherwise we'll officially be out of heat, essentially. I mean, we still have the propane stove, I guess, but that wasn't working well earlier, so I don't think that's going to work well if we fire it up now. All right. Let's dump this into the jar. It looks relatively cooled down. Even if the jar explodes, like, well, whatever. It's not the end of the world. I don't need this jar for anything anyways, so whatever. Okay. Make sure it's, like... Is this stable? Is this going anywhere? It's fine. Okay. Oh, can you see this on frame? I'm going to make sure if this fucks up horribly, at least you see it happen. Okay, you do. Alright. Oh. Okay. Well, that worked out well enough, didn't it? Okay. Scoop out the rest of the potatoes out of there. I mean, I guess I could keep the potatoes in and, well, question is, will they crisp up and fry up at all if they remain here? If I just mix them in with the... Okay, you know what? We're going to make a last minute kind of audible here. We're going to try to keep the potatoes in there now that they're not soaked in the oil anymore. And we'll try to fry them up with the sausage to see if that helps. Maybe it's going to be a disaster again. I don't know, but I get the feeling if they're not, like, drenched in oil, eventually they will crisp up at least a tiny bit, and they'll still at least somewhat be incorporated into the dish. Piss jar, yeah, well, worked out. Okay. Here's our jar of piss for when we need it later. If I need oil for something later, I guess I can always just scoop it out of there still. It's still perfectly decent oil, I suppose. Okay. Oh. Now, need this surface to get ideally nice and hot. Surely without the oil, now it's going to be able to heat up relatively easily. Surely. Hash browns, yeah. You know, the funny thing is, maybe I should have just gone with the strategy originally. Maybe just like try to fry them at the bottom of the pan instead of trying to like drench them. But I mean, obviously, if you can deep fry properly, it creates something that's going to be very delicious, of course. But I guess you have to have enough heat, of course, which I did not, and still don't at the moment. Ugh. The new coal's not doing their thing yet, so let's at least take out the sausage that we're gonna add to this eventually. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. Yeah, fuck it, I guess we'll do that too. Okay, let's prep the sausage. Which is here. Now, this recipe only calls for half of it. It doesn't call for the full thing of sausage. This is 1 pound. We only need half a pound. So let's just slice this bad boy in half right here, shall we? Oh, can you see this? Oh, no, you can't. There we go. All right. Okay. Half of that bad boy. Some country sausage. Hell yeah, brothers. Doesn't that look appetizing? Some premium pork intestine right there. Buddy. Oh my. Okay, so we're just going to squeeze that in there once the time comes. And then the bacon, it says that we're going to ultimately have to use 4 strips of thick sliced bacon, which we have here. Yes, it's real bacon. Great value, obviously. And, we're supposed to cook some of the kind of the finished product, so like the burrito itself, once it's wrapped in a tortilla, it's supposed to like cook in its own bacon grease, or it's going to kind of get crispy in its own bacon grease. We'll see if that works or not. I don't know, but that's in theory the idea. Ugh. So let's get the bacon out of here. If I can figure out which side this actually opens on. Buddy. Alright, I brought scissors. Yeah, let's not make this too complicated on ourselves. That is, of course, assuming I can find said scissors. Perhaps easier said than done. There they are. Where's the American griddle? Out here with your griddle. I had a whole bunch of professional chefs in chat today. I'm not going to try to pretend that that other people couldn't do a better job with what I'm doing today. But I'm trying my best, boys. I'm trying my best. I know that things haven't gone according to plan, and I'm already a bit bummed about it, to be completely honest, but we're going to try our best to recover this and still create something that can be halfway edible. All right. There's the bacon. What's up, Janksy or Yonksy? One of those two coming in now with the little Prime sub. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Your sub will go directly to the Hot Pockets and Doritos one. All right, what do we got in here? Anything, please? Anything? Yeah, tiny bit. Not much, though. I can hear a tiny bit of sizzle. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's something. Not much, though. Admittedly. Second half rally is always the fun part. I'll admit that it's looking a little grim, even for a second half rally, though, at this point. Yeah, historically, that's what happened, right? Even the first half. If the first half is scuff, we can kind of pull it out at the very end, but this looks pretty grim, not gonna lie. Oh, I'll do this again eventually if I have to, and just like probably just do this in my own kitchen, I guess, and where I know it'll work. But the thing is, like, I chose a relatively simple recipe to do what we're doing out here because I figured, like, okay, you know, kind of hard to fuck this up, right? But admittedly, the heat part is a problem that, like, if it's a problem, the rest is just a non-starter. Oh my god, it's so smoky. It's creating so much smoke, but not a whole lot of, like, flame or heat is the problem here. Hmm. I've yet to just get like this sort of molten core of, so to speak, a molten kind of centered concentration of heat. It's also really annoying that the heat is following me. Anytime I get close to this flame, it goes up, well, not flame, but like this fire, it goes directly into my face. Let me show you what I'm talking about, okay? So I'm standing here, I walk up to it, like it's going in that direction, you see like the smoke, and then I walk up to it, it goes right up directly into my face. Some sort of wind current shit's fucking that up. Yeah, but yeah, you get to appreciate the value of a regular kitchen like this. Yeah, for sure, dude, for sure. The funny thing is, you know, I've done outdoor cooking stuff before and it's worked out okay, but hell, I've even used this exact method before and it's worked very well. But for various reasons this time around, we haven't been able to make this work as well. Problem is, if I take this off, like, I'm afraid I'll just lose all the rest of the heat that I have. Like, I'm not sure if this is slowly heating up or not, but sound-wise, it's maybe getting a tiny bit better, but I'm just not sure we can sustain enough heat for the... We probably at least need, like, another half an hour or so of like, cooking time. And I'm not sure these coals have half an hour left. Guess we could just completely ditch the potatoes at this point. That sucks to lose them, but I'm not sure these are gonna do their thing. Alright, maybe we'll just toss in the sausage, see what happens. Forest wood. Nah, I'm not gonna pillage this area again. I already did that one time. Twice might be pushing it. Alright, let's toss the sausage in there. Let's see what happens. Fuck it, dude. Whatever, man. Squeeze that out. Oh, come on, come on. Oh my god, it's so smoky. It's flying up into my face. Okay. Okay. Still got some extra in here that we can squeeze out. Hold on. Can this smoke fucking stop following me? Holy fuck, that's annoying. Jesus, man. That morning poo, yeah. All the dad gamers in chat know exactly what this is like. Hopping onto the toilet for their morning poo that lasts 30 minutes. Shout out to my dad, he used to do that exact thing. He's a dad gamer. He's my dad and he plays games sometimes, so he qualifies for sure. Okay. Oh, yeah. Ugh. So, let's spread that out and see if anything happens. Let's see if it starts to cook down a bit. Not seeing too much color at the moment, or really any for that matter. Jesus Christ, man. Looks good, I can tell you that. That's base. But does not appear to be cooking all that much. The smoke is just fucking killing me, man. Holy shit. What am I making? I'm trying to make breakfast burritos. Har har, it's not breakfast time anymore. There's a tiny bit of color in there. It's looking like cooking like a tiny, tiny bit, but obviously at this point the coals aren't going to get any hotter. I hate to say it, boys, but we might just have to give up. We might just have to. We might have to just call it and then try again some other time, because if I don't have heat to cook, then I can't cook. And at the moment, heat's just not doing a thing. Man, I've never gotten to this point where it just doesn't work. It's trying, man. It's trying to go like a little. Here, you can probably hear this a little bit. It's trying to do its thing. It's trying its very hardest. Okay, well, let's, I'm not going to give up just yet. Let's see what happens. What's the problem? Yeah, it's just not hot enough. I've had issues this entire time trying to get this hot enough. We got it briefly hot enough for like the onions and jalapenos, so we cooked those. Those actually got cooked very nicely. Those got cooked in a way that's like actually really tasty. I can eat this straight out of the bowl. It's cold now, but onions and jalapenos worked out beautifully. Ooh. Yeah. So the filling was going to work nicely. At everyone, Ren 2215 in 2 minutes confirmed by World Chat. So grain of salt. Oh shit, Ren is about to go out, boys. That's exciting. Okay, well, it's sort of kind of going now. Sort of. Maybe we're not completely dead yet. Huh. Well, alright, look. For the first time this entire time, we see golden color on our potatoes here. I still wouldn't call them crispy, but at least they are the right color now. It's exciting. Now, the recipe says to only cook the sausage about 3/4 of the way done, because you want to be able to like finish it off like later on when you mix it in with the rest of the filling. So it's like halfway done now, so we're actually getting there. It's like barely working. It's struggling. It's trying so hard right now. It's trying so hard. I'm sure I can cook eggs over this. Eggs don't take much heat. The bacon I'm concerned about. The bacon is something obviously that requires a decent chunk of heat to get crisped up. Oh, standing this entire time is definitely killing me. I'm an old fucking man, dude. Ay, 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 ay. I wasn't expecting to stand this entire time. Alright, you know what? The heat has slowly, very, very slowly accumulated. Maybe we can make this work. Maybe, just maybe. Alright, I think we call this, we can call this 3/4 cooked at this point, right? We don't want this fully cooked. So I guess if anything, we'll just take this off the heat now and then put the bacon in? Alright, sure. Maybe it's not a lost cause yet. Maybe not. We'll see. Medium rare pork. No. Like we don't want it to fully finish cooking. That the recipe literally says not to have it fully cooked because you're going to toss this back in later with the eggs, which which will kind of cook the rest of it. Okay, so yeah, some of those potatoes were still mixed in. It's safe to say that those didn't really ever get the crispiness level that we were looking for. They're cooked probably, but they're definitely just really soggy, moist, smushy potatoes. Not great. Probably gonna be closer to the consistency of like mashed potatoes ultimately when all things are said and done, which it might taste fine, but the texture will probably be a little questionable. We'll see. Guess we'll find out eventually. I'll put something between a tortilla eventually and see what happens. We'll see how it tastes. Okay, let's put that back on. Careful, SpongeBob. Okay, back on there. Let's just toss on the bacon and see what happens. Is there enough space in there for 4 slices of bacon? Might have to get a little creative, I guess, on the bottom of the pan here. Sort of, kind of, not really. Eventually, once these cook down, there'll be plenty of space. It's just a matter of fitting these all in initially is a little bit of a challenge. Okay, that one off on the side. Okay. Guess I could just slice this in half. That actually might be the play. It's gonna be a big burrito. It was actually supposed to make 2 burritos. And yeah, that's the point. Like, they were supposed to be just giant mega burritos, you know? They weren't supposed to be small. Oh, hello. But at this point, I'll just be happy to create anything resembling a burrito at all. We'll see what happens. Oh, come on. Gotta squeeze all this shit in. Easier said than done. We're definitely at a bit of a premium for real estate inside this pot. Okay. We'll call that close enough. And I think we'll put the lid back on because, yeah, to get crispy bacon, you don't want it to be moist or anything, but I think to at least contain the heat to get this started, let's put the lid on. Alright. Oh, well, here's the sausage, by the way. Here was the mostly cooked sausage. A lot of raw pork in the burrito. Yeah, it's not fully cooked, but it was mostly cooked, as you can probably tell. That shot. That looks nice. At least we got that nice golden hour light right now. Yeah, fuck, I'm gonna taste this. Just give it a shot. I mean, yeah, tastes like pork. Okay. Alright. This is good. Worst case scenario, I'll just get a spoon and just spoon that into my mouth and we'll call that a meal. Alright. Chew with my mouth closed. Yeah, one more piece here. There's not a human being within like a mile of me in any direction. I'll eat however the fuck I want. Louder? Okay. No. Tasty. Alright. Alright, bacon's going. It's been chilling. It's doing its thing. Yeah. Alright, so what do you have for the bacon? We got the pork and the hash browns, I guess. We got the bacon going. We got the jalapeno onion filling. What was the last thing we have to put in there? There's one more thing. Oh, right, beans. Yeah. Now, the beans, you're technically supposed to be cooked in a separate pot from the... Like, basically, while this part is doing its thing, we're supposed to be cooking up the beans in a separate pot, but obviously we don't have a separate pot. In fact, the one that we do have is barely working, so... Oh, I'm trying to warm up my poor little fingies here, but... we'll just have to toss the beans in after this process, and hopefully... The bacon's got to get... Like, we got to finish the bacon. We got to make sure that by the time we get to the bean part, the bacon's just done. We don't want to undercook the bacon like we did the pork. Or, well, specifically the sausage. So... We'll have to add this in, I guess. How am I going to make that work, though? Because the beans... So what we have is, it's just refried beans. Here, I'll just show you. Classic Mexican refried beans, nothing fancy. And what we were originally supposed to do... Oh, shit, I had green chilies. I'm kind of starting to wing this. I'm not looking at the recipe anymore, I guess is a large part of the problem. But I was supposed to throw the green chilies in with the pork. Yeah, so we got the refried beans. So I think what we'll do is just end up spreading this... Would it probably be hotter if I kept the lid on? Thanks for the tip, man. I might just end up spreading this. Maybe we just say fuck this. I can guarantee this already. I'm going to try to do this recipe again as soon as I possibly can. The next opportunity, next stream, I have a chance to do a cooking stream. We're going to try this again and do this legit and not scuffed. We'll just do this in my actual kitchen, I guess. And I'll do this the right way and follow the recipe. I think what we're going to do right here, though, is we're going to try to cut our losses. We're going to... finish off the bacon. I'll combine the sausage with the eggs, put that back in, cook that. We got our little jalapeno assortment, onion jalapeno assortment over there, and then we'll mix those all together. It's not going to create exactly the experience that I want, but it'll at least be something I'm sure that'll be edible. So let me get the eggs out. So yeah, we can't have the full experience today, which kind of sucks, but we're going to try our best to recover at least a little bit. Poor Joel. He's just been chilling here the entire time. He's trying his best. He's chilling. Okay. So the eggs. Oh, my hands are so cold, man. I know it might not look like it because it's like nice and bright and sunny out here, but it is not warm out here. It's probably in the high 30s at this point, so it's a little rough. Oh. All right. The eggs, the recipe calls for 5 of them, so let's crack open 5. A meaty scrambled eggs, yummy. That's what the recipe called for, so fuck it. How do I crack these? Wait. All right, you can't see this. Hold on. Wait. There we go. Oh. Okay, that's 3. 4. Oh, yo, 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 yo. And 5. Not my greatest job cracking eggs ever, but my dexterity at the moment is not great. Alright. Put Joel on the coals, you'll get it heated up, bro. Don't be doing Joel dirty like that. Okay. And now let's just mix in all of the sausage that we just have sitting here. This is what the recipe calls to do. I know it looks and seems a little scuffed, but... Admittedly, though, the hash browns, well, potatoes, not really hash browns, aren't supposed to be mixed in like this, but that part's kind of just collateral damage, I guess. So we're supposed to mix this combination together, and then this entire assortment will cook over the, cook in the pan. That's how Cowboy Kent did it. Hell yeah, brother. Alright. How is the bacon looking? Not really cooked. Now, admittedly, I did kind of crowd the pot a little bit, but... Put that on there for a little while. Oh, chat. Chat. Hopefully you at least had an okay time so far. It's been a little rough to me, if I'm being honest. But, that's sometimes the way she goes. These cooking streams are never... I've never planned these cooking streams in a way where I know for sure they'll work, because what fun is that? I mean, like, obviously the ones in the kitchen are much more, I guess, reliable, you could say, as far as the cooking technique, but... The funny thing is, when I've done the outdoor cooking streams, one way or another, I've made them work every single time. I've never ended up with a product at the end that wasn't, like, really tasty and didn't work fine. But, this is probably the first time I've ever done a cooking stream, just in general, but like outdoors specifically, where the final product seemingly is not going to be particularly ideal, let's call it. Oh, it doesn't help that I'm freezing my ass off at this point. I was fine earlier. It was pretty pleasant earlier, but now the sun's starting to get pretty low on the horizon, and the temperature's falling, and it's getting windier, and yeah. I've been getting a lot better at cooking from the start of cooking streams. I do it to an extent already, but it seems like I can start to use recipes as a guide rather than something I follow to a T. Yeah, I'm sure I could start getting a little bit more creative and a little bit more, I guess, I don't know, customized, or whatever you want to call it. But I like following recipes for stuff that I've never made before, or styles of food I've never made before, and like So usually, like, when I try to make stuff on stream, it's like something new that I haven't made before. It makes it more interesting that way. So at that point, I don't want to wing it, right? But there's plenty of stuff that I've made on cooking streams that I'll just make now for my regular everyday life, for just eating, just for food. Like, remember, like the Panda Express fried rice is actually a great example. Panda Express fried rice that I made back in the day for the Panda Express stream. I make that fried rice recipe all the time now. I just have that as like my dinner sometimes. And that works out quite well, I gotta say. Also, there's another dude over here with his dog. Okay. Sure, why not? Alright, how we doing? Oy. Yeah, bacon's sizzling, but I wouldn't call this cooking well. It's just not hot enough, unfortunately. I'll be honest, we might have to dip. I mean, given long enough, given another like 20 minutes maybe, this would maybe cook enough to the point where it'd be edible, but the issue is that realistically, I'm not going to wait that long. And plus, I'm not even sure the heat would last that long anyways. A decent chunk of bacon grease in there, though, that's for sure. But, as much as it sucks, we might have to also write off the bacon as not going to happen. I'm a little concerned even the eggs won't cook, like, super, super well. Soggy bacon better than crispy bacon, change my mind? I disagree on that one. I mean, I don't want bacon to be, like, blackened to the point where it's, like, burnt or anything, but if my bacon doesn't have a bit of crunch to it, I'm not enjoying myself. Because then it just feels like I'm eating, like, soggy, I don't know, slices of ham, essentially. And that, in my opinion, is not the play. Yeah, here, let me give you a close-up to show you why why it doesn't inspire confidence right now. I'm not going to eat this uncooked, obviously. Yeah. There's a happy medium between the two. Looks fine. Not the type of bacon I'd want to eat, to be completely honest. It's a little cooked, but not even to the point where I'm comfortable eating it. Like, you can see most of the fat hasn't even rendered out, which is not a great sign. Now, given long enough, would it cook enough? Maybe, but the problem is I want to at least try to cook the sausage to the point where it has the eggs cook, and maybe we can at least recover a tiny bit by we can at least put the sausage plus eggs plus, I guess, the jalapenos and onions in there. Alright, yep, taking that out. Yeah, no, that's not, that ain't done. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Got that bacon grease in there, though. We'll keep that inside, I guess. We are going to dump all of our little sausage egg mix in here, okay? Here she goes. And we're going to dump in the jalapeno onion mixture that we had here. We're just going to try our best to heat this up. We're going to heat up this mixture right here, toss that onto a tortilla, and just eat it. That's going to be our scuffed ass burritos. Like I said, I will indeed try this recipe again. Literally the next time I get a chance to do a cooking stream, the next open day where I don't have a raid scheduled, we're going to do this again. Because I do want to do this legit. I want to try this legit. But we're definitely getting to the point where we just kind of need to cut our losses and try to salvage what we do have. Okay. Not getting much sound out of here as far as it cooking. It's not a great sign. Funny thing is, this mixture right here, I'm sure is going to be tasty just on its own. I'm sure you could probably just spoon this out of the pot and have that be an okay experience. The eggs are barely cooking, not much though. Kind of cooking this Gordon Ramsay style where you like really, really slow cook the eggs to the point where they turn into like more of like almost like a custard style sort of thing. Not exactly intentional, but don't really have much of a choice right now, do we? Do I have any more coal to put on top of this fire? Let me check. Just need I just need this last little bit. Just need these last legs, dude. More heat? Yeah, here's the problem. Probably can't see this very well, but, yeah, no, there's nothing left in here, dude. Nothing but, like, little, really tiny, pathetic chunks. Let me at least try to restack some of the coals on top of each other. Try to concentrate what we have left. But it ain't much. Oh yeah. Most of these are long gone. Way too ashed over as well. Do you get shot in America if you get twigs? Yeah, it's definitely something you're technically not supposed to be doing. You know, obviously I have done it in the past when I did the cardboard box stream, but it's not technically allowed. I pushed my luck once, not gonna do it again. Lid on now, 20 or 5 minutes. Nah, man, I don't think there's enough heat left. I don't think this is gonna cook. I think that's GG. I think we're done. Yeah, not looking good. The very, very bottom is barely cooked, but that's about it. And there's a lot of egg in here. So, alright. I think we're done, boys. I think that was it. I'll salvage this. I'll go home and finish this off probably in the in a real kitchen. But we'll attempt this recipe again at some point. We'll have to do it indoors. I think we've already earned our outdoor stripes for this one. When's the next time I can do this? Can't do it on... Today's Saturday, right? Rating tomorrow. Monday we're going to do BG3. Tuesday we have Nax. Wednesday we've got AQ40. Thursday we'll have maybe a raid, maybe not. I'm not sure. God, I guess I don't really have a non-raid stream till like Saturday. So if anything, I guess we can try this again next Saturday. Oh. Tanks are dead. It's GG. Yeah, tanks lost their buffs, boys. BG3 Monday? Yes, sir. That's the plan. That is the plan. Oh, alrighty. Well, I gotta clean all this shit up, so I might as well get started on that. It's too bad. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. It's been a perfect little day to eat a breakfast burrito too, huh? Look at that. It's nice looking. Like, obviously it's still winter. There's no leaves on the trees or anything, but overall it's like it's as pleasant as you can realistically get on the early February day here, so. Alright, guys. Well, that was unequivocally my largest, I guess, cooking stream fail ever. Here, let me put this in a way where I can light this up. I'm actually not backlit. Hold on. Oh, need a level surface. We'll call it close enough. Okay. Well, yeah, that sucks. Sorry, there's nothing to eat here at the end. I can't. Like I said, this is the first time this has ever happened. I've never gotten to the point where I just like, well, I guess we didn't cook anything. I guess it's just done. Okay. Sometimes that's just the way she goes. So I'm a little shocked, honestly. It took me this long to do a cooking stream. Like that we couldn't even get to an end result. That sucks. But hey, you know what? You live and learn. I learned my lesson. Like, so I thought I learned my lesson last time cooking with charcoal, knowing that like you got to just put the cast iron pot directly over the coals. The thing that I didn't realize was key was that you got to put the coals over a grate so it's got airflow underneath. Had I done that from the very beginning, I'm pretty sure I would have created a bed of coals that have been plenty hot enough to do this. The problem is I wasted half the coals putting it on like a solid base that it didn't have airflow underneath, and so it all turned to just a pile of ash way too quickly, and we just never got the heat going to where it needed to be. So live and learn, I guess. Now we know. Next time, if we try this again, and I'll try this again eventually. We'll have to come back and try to redeem ourselves with this technique eventually. I'll know how to start. So we'll probably also do it when it's a little warmer outside. So that might make things easier for multiple reasons as well. So anyways, kids, I'll be back. tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's going to be the stream for Nax. We're doing Fun Police Nax. Not a speed run, just a farm run. DMF starts the day after, so that'll be starting at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which is, 19:30 Central European Time. Monday, like I said, we're going to try out a Baldur's Gate 3 stream. Don't know how that'll go. Might be good, might be bad. Might be boring as fuck. But we'll try it. See what happens. And then Tuesday will be DMF Nax speedrun with 5 Sunders, please. So that's something to look forward to. Wednesday, AQ40. Thursday, I think another DMF Nax speedrun with 5 Sunders, please. But that one's kind of in question because that's the release date of SOD Phase 2. So we're not sure if we'll get enough people. I don't know. We'll see. That's what you got to look forward to. So anyways, guys, I'm sorry this went so badly. We tried, but yeah, it went pretty horribly. Oh well, it is what it is. Hopefully you guys still had fun. I'm just a little sad right now, to be honest, but that's okay. Life happens sometimes. So, anywho, you guys have a good rest of the night, and I'll clean up this shit, go home, tail between my legs, cook the rest of the stuff in the kitchen, and I will see you guys tomorrow for a fun Police Next. Catch you guys then. Bye. This is the part where I'm smiling and staring at the camera, okay? Yeah, okay.